Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good night, almost morning for some. Can you guys hear me clearly? Let's try this again. Hold on. Let me just fix my mic. Give me a second, guys. Testing, testing. Okay, I can hear myself. I can hear myself loud and clear. Okay, that's good. Okay. Um, Estot, hello. Apple Blossom, hello. DH Lady, hello. It's Flame with the Eyes, hello. Mike Guardian, hello. Sykes, hello from the UK. Welcome in. Wait, you're here. No, you're not here yet. You're not here yet. Sorry, I'm just scrolling up to see who I've missed. And yeah, I guess you guys want to see my face, right? Hi. Okay. Lady Spice, hello, beautiful. How are you? How's everyone doing? Still adjusting myself. Yes, you can ask questions. So exclamation mark ask, or is it, yeah, exclamation mark ask should be a prompt. We're not just taking random questions. We will have a conversation and we will introduce conversation questions where applicable, where appropriate. We'll take a break. We'll shout some people out. I am melting over here. Okay, so where is everybody? Where are you all? Those of you in Toronto, we should not complain, but I'm sweating. Is everyone else getting gorgeous weather? Yeah, no, yep, no complaints. Yeah, right. How was work today? Those who worked? This is my first time on Twitch all day, actually. Orlando, Lady Spice, is a regular temperature for you for what we're going. Oh, not too hot. Oof, we feeling it here. Okay, trying to adjust this background. Get it back, Gigi. Welcome in, beautiful. Nice of you to join. Let me get some background music that won't copyright me. Let me see, what can I find? So Soph will be joining us shortly. She's just doing that shift like we all are, going from work mode to socializing mode. Enjoy the lurk. I literally just finished chewing dinner. I had to go run, brush my teeth. Didn't want to show up here with, broccoli in my teeth. And I'm smiling and probably none of you all would say anything. You'd just clip me and post me later. So, had to kind of, freshen up myself a little bit. Okay. So I'm not sure if Nicole, hello, beautiful. Welcome in. I saw your name somewhere. I think I saw you on Instagram. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us here in Conversations with TaptheSoul. Oh, what's happening? Am I missing something right now? Oh, thank you for the resub, Gigi. Yay! I'm still getting new to being on the other side of this, so I apologize, folks. I have to look down at my phone. It's just, yeah. I'll get there. I missed another name somewhere. Where did I? Yo. Who did I miss? Who did I miss? I missed somebody's name just now. Let me scroll. Yo, DJ. Hey, I hope I said your name correctly. Hello, love. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome to In Conversation with TaptheSoul. Soph Thee Sage will be joining us momentarily, just doing her shift from work to get ready to chat and lavish with all of us. Yo, JD. Oh, did I say yo, DJ? Talk about being dyslexic on screen. Wow. Yo, JD. I got that right? I'm sorry, honey. Nice to have all of you guys join us. Nice to know the notification actually worked for a change, if it actually did work. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday. What do you guys have planned for the weekend? What's coming up? I think the US folks just had a long weekend, so you're probably still in weekend mode. However, for those who have a regular work week, like us in Canada, I trust that we are counting down the days to the weekend. Yeah? Thank you. Apple Blossom is keeping me on my toes. So while we're waiting for Miss Soph Thee Sage to join us, I ran a clip at the beginning just to talk about some things that's coming up. Today we have Miss DJ Soph Thee Sage. Next week, let's turn this down a bit. Next week we have Selected Jinx, who will be joining us. The week after that, just putting that out there now, the week after that we will have Anita Dawn. If any of you joined us last week Wednesday for the Born from Music Raid, Volume 3, the Ladies Edition, DJ Soph Thee Sage was there, Miss Vegas was there, DJ Gritty, DJ Jen, and Miss Nita Dawn. So Nita Dawn has agreed to join us 2 weeks from now, today, to have a conversation. So we look forward to that. The week after that, we have Volume 4 of the Born from Music Raid. The week after that, I think I have to take a break because I am actually moving in 2 weeks, but I'm still going to do an In Conversation. So what I will do is probably take a break the last week of June and then come back in July with some other guests who may not be Twitch people. Just want to start putting that out there. I know we're enjoying these conversations with our DJs and fellow streamers. However, I definitely want to have some non-Twitch people be on the other side of the mic with me and have a conversation and entertain all of you. So let me scroll. Yeah, it was, right, Gigi? It was fire. And I'm not knocking my men. My men always represent. I get that. But there was something special about the ladies edition last week that was it was just perfect, right? Folks were hitting milestones. DJ Gritty hit her 1K. I think DJ Jen hit her 3K. We lost Tina Turner that day. It was beautiful. It was awesome. And we will be doing it again. I don't know what month, but we will be doing it again. Yeah. It was dope. Okay. So let me see. I do see her in the back. I'm not sure if she's ready yet. Are you ready to come on camera? Are you sure? Yeah. You nodding? Okay, hold on. Let me dab myself here. Woo. Family, DJ Unique Illusions, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. And can I just say, happy 3-year anniversary. I believe I missed your anniversary and I apologize. I kind of heard it through the streets of Twitch. Thank you for joining us here today. Awesome of you to be here. If you're not already doing so, please join us in following DJ Unique Illusions. It's Flame the DJ doesn't really stream on Twitch anymore, but we will follow him anyways. DJ Mike Guardian, Yo JD. I don't know if you stream, honey. I apologize. If you do, please let me know so we can make sure we give you a shout out so folks can follow you. Okay. Oh, she got wine going. So we're adding her.
Oh, hi.
I was making sure I caught you in the act. Okay, perfect. Apple Blossom, thank you, my love, for being here. If you could please shout out Miss JD, Yo JD. I'm going to get it right. I promise, hun, I'm going to get it right at some point.
It's Yo JD. Okay, I'm going to get off the chat. Hi, everybody.
You see it? You see in the chat? Yeah. There you go. Miss DJ Soph Thee Sage is in the house.
Pew, 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 pew. Okay, wait. Yes, I have one. Okay, I'm not gonna look at the chat. I promise I was gonna try.
No, you know what? It might help along the way, but I see that you already put the bottle. Oh, you
I put on my glasses. I'm blind.
Okay, this is good. You have a glass.
I'm nervous.
Exactly, right, JD? Did you say you're nervous?
Hi, Apple Blossom. Hi, Sykes. Hi, Get It Back, Gigi. Hi, Dr. C. Hi, Yo, JD. Hi, Flame. Who else is in this? Hi, everybody. Let me scroll. Hi, DJ Unique Illusions. Hi.
Okay. Flame already knows that he has questions for you, so there's that. Yeah.
Me and Flame go back and forth often.
I already told him where appropriate. We will get to the questions. Doxy with the resub. Thank you very much for joining the circle with the resub.
That's not Stout. He's a DJ on Twitch, and he's also. I'm going to talk about him. He's the one who helped.
Okay.
He's one of my
Apple Blossom, if you can shout out S.Stout. Did I say his name correctly?
Yes.
I'm all about trying to be out.
I have a nice speech for him. Oh. Yeah. You know, I didn't have my headphones on. I was just listening because my headphones are just loud. Okay. Hi.
So you can hear us properly now?
Yeah. I was hearing you just like as if it was on my phone, which made no sense.
Yeah. Like I have my earpiece in for my phone, but I had to turn it down because there's a lag between. So I'm just like, this is just pointless because I'm hearing myself say something after and I'm just like, I already said that. So yeah, my multiple personalities in action. Oh, watch you pulled out the plant.
I miss my plant. Anyone who used to watch Wake It Wednesday knows my plant. We fight a little bit. This is it. Ooh. I mean, it's not a living plant, but you know, it still fights me. So.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know if my eyeliner looks good. I went like this.
Oh.
Real quick.
You look cute.
Thank you.
Watch out with the oxtail hat. Yes.
Yeah, shout out to my customer who I'm trying to get him to hire me. Yeah. He gave it to me for free. One of my business customers, yeah.
I need one of those hats.
I want one that says doubles on it, though. I need a doubles hat.
Oh, doubles. That's the Trini in you. We'll get there. We gonna get there. So, okay, you are officially here. Yeah. Good morning, good evening, almost good morning to the UK folks. I'm not gonna stop coughing right now. Hold on, let me sip. I have to remember to keep hydrating. So, almost good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We're in conversation with TaptheSoul and Miss DJ Soph Thee Sage, who killed it last week in the Born for Music Raid Volume 3, the ladies edition. Thank you for joining us, Miss Soph Thee Sage.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell us what's on your shirt before I start getting in your business and asking a whole bunch of questions?
It says save, but I got hands.
Oh.
Oh God! So my favorite comedian, Kev on Stage, he's actually so there was two things that got me through the pandemic. It was comedy and music. And anyone who kind of knows me knows like I'm like a low-key comedian, even though I refuse to try to become a comedian, even though they tell me I should. But I love comedy. So Kev on Stage, I'm part of the stage crew. So I like got my like t-shirt. I have a stage crew t-shirt as well. I'm a super fan of his. Because I also watched him like when I was a super Christian way back. And he was like, you know, did a lot of Christian comedy. So like I've been following him through the whole, Although I don't go to church anymore. And I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
I have very different beliefs, but it's fine. I'm still a Christian at heart, but not, I don't.
Yeah. So I used to, yeah. I've been baptized multiple times.
Me too.
Used to twice. The choir, used to play the piano, used to play the organ.
I play piano
and now here I am, stealing souls apparently, according to
I'm dead. I'm dead.
So we have some questions already rolling in. So everybody in the chat and those, I'll repeat this a couple of times as people roll in. We will be covering questions along the way throughout the chat. Some of the questions that come up are probably already questions that's on my list. You look cute. Don't worry. You look fine.
Thank you. So make sure it's right.
We will take a...
Oh, yeah. Just gotta make sure it's sitting right. I don't want to fall off.
So if you could do exclamation ask, thank you. Thank you, Flame the DJ. We will address those questions. Apple Blossom will be helping me gather some of those questions and we'll roll them along. So before we touch when did you get into start DJing, because there's a road to that. And I think that's probably going to be the bulk of our conversation. I want to start something really simple. Okay. Tell us about your name.
Oh, Lord. Okay. So My DJ Soph Thee Sage. So way back in 2020, when the world was ending, I came on Twitch, was supposed to be for one stream. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna like actually make a name that makes sense or that's gonna matter in the long run. So I went and did Soph Thee Sage 90. So it was SOPHTHEESAG 90.
Yeah.
Because 1990 is when I was born. So I was like, okay.
You're a 90s baby.
Yeah. I'm 32.
I feel ancient, man.
Oh, you're not ancient. So
I'm
then
the same age as hip hop this year, I'll tell you that. Yeah.
So I mean, you're younger than my sister. Who,
okay.
I have to send the link to my sister. Oh God, Jesus, she's gonna kill me. Oh my God. Actually, let me send it to my whole family. Actually, no, I'm gonna send it to the whole family group chat. Just let me send it to my sister. And I'll tell her to send it to the cousins.
I know, right? Get it back in the world ending. But we were all we were that dramatic about it. I have to admit. Like when I realized that I was really being told you can't go anywhere, I was like, wait, sorry, you're telling me I can't go anywhere? Mind you, I was a house rat anyway, so like it didn't make a difference. But now being physically told you cannot leave your house, no, I wanted to rebel, but I didn't. Yeah.
So it's weird because like Canada was much more strict with theirs in the long run. In the beginning, I feel like it swapped a little bit. I feel like you guys had a little bit more leniency when we were just starting to go outside. And then, because, New York was like, I'm actually from the city that was like the first, like, they were like, oh my gosh, it was spread. And then we were on the news and nobody knew where New Rochelle was. And all of a sudden, everybody knew New Rochelle because we were like the first city that had a big outbreak. And it was like 9 people. Then obviously hell broke loose. Hi, Dish Lady. Yeah, so, sorry. So my name was Soph Thee Sage 90. So that was my name. People messed it up. I kept saying Soph Thee Sage, Soph Thee Sag, which was my least favorite because I'm like, I think of sagging breasts when I hear sag.
Oh,
and then, so then I said, okay, I'm gonna start streaming. I think I'm gonna change the name to Sage. Hi, Rody Hawk.
Hi, Rody.
I was like, I'm gonna change the name to Sage because, well, okay, let's go back. This girl, her name is Kenya, a woman. Her name is Kenya. AKA Ken Kegel Meets the World. If anyone watches like the Kevin Crown morning show, she's like always there, but she's around Twitchish kind of, but not as much as before because outside. But she hit me up one day randomly and was like, sage means wisdom in Greek, and I was like, it's a wise person. So I said, let me do some research because my name is Sophia, and it means wisdom in Greek. They both derive from the same place. Yeah. So I said that was kind of like that was it. I said, okay, that's going to be my name. I said, because wisdom, the wise one, sounded right in my head.
So you're saying you're a wise one?
Allegedly. I don't know. I'm good at giving good wisdom to others. To myself, I'm kind of disastrous, but yeah. I
think we all are though. Like, let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
Like, we really... Yeah. I seem to be okay with talking with others to give them wisdom, but I know it'd be nice if I apply that same wisdom for myself.
Not with some people. I'm like, I work in. I know you're gonna ask me more questions, but I work in banking. When I used to open credit cards for like younger people, I'd be like, listen, I made some mistakes. Do not do this.
Yeah.
I give them a little lecture.
Yeah, my college days, they had the booth. So you walked into the forum of the college and every credit card company was there to sign you up to everything. Yeah. Every store, every gas card. And of course, they're giving you everything, right? So you're just like, oh, yeah. Student loan money went to everything, but yeah.
Well, it might be Ashley. Let me not. Okay, sorry. Sorry, I may or may not have rushed her. That's why I was on CP time. I thought I was making good time, and I was like, oh, no. So.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, Apple Blossom. Yeah. That whole preparation stage is serious. So you started talking about your personal life. So let's dip into that. Yes. Your industry, if you want to share.
I'm in banking. I've been in banking 10 years. I'm a personal banker, which nowadays is basically teller banker and everything beyond. We do everything. So I've been doing that for 10 years.
You like it?
I won't say it on camera because they know this is my other job. So I don't want to say it wasn't the plan. So what happened was I decided to take time off from school, which I was always told not to. And I was working in retail. And then my job, they were renovating. And they were supposed to move us to another location in the mall. They were like, okay, no, Saturday we're closing, packing up everything by Tuesday, and you're out of work for 3 months. So I went and I looked up a job, and it said customer service associate at this particular bank that no longer exists as of last year. It was taken over. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be in back office. That's cool. And then, it was a branch job. And I was like, oh. And it's been like that. I worked at a bank, then a credit union, then a bank again. I'm at a bank right now. I actually like the bank I'm at.
I was about to say, do you see a big difference between the credit union and the bank?
A credit union is just like a little bank. They're also like a credit union that was trying to grow, so they worked like a bank. So I felt like I was at a bank still. It was more personable. Like I met the CEO on a regular basis, things like that. So it was very small. So it's small big compared to credit unions, small compared to banks.
Interesting. So you've been doing that for 10 years. Mm-hmm. The world had turned into an apocalypse. Put you on Twitch.
Yeah.
With, you had to come up with a name and then, come up with a name again. And now you're dropping all this wisdom with the double dose of it with your name. Tell us your journey to Twitch.
Okay. So I feel like, is that? Sorry, I'm just saying hi to.
Shar is she. Hello, beautiful. I know I got that name.
Shar is she. I like that name.
Shar is she. Yeah, right?
I don't have my glasses on.
Butcher her name all the time. It's beautiful to watch. Yeah. You guys with unique names, I love seeing you guys have the DJs squirm as they butcher up.
It's hilarious, actually. Sometimes. Unless they say sad. But,
Oh.
But no, it's funny sometimes. It is funny. I mess up people who I have a friend who's I know in real life, and I be saying her name wrong because I'm reading it. I'm not, and I know her in real life here on Twitch. Hi, Dr. Stretch. I feel like I have to give you guys a story about that nickname.
He mentioned that in your stream last week. We'll see if we get to that, but you might. In the meantime,
it's all connected.
Yeah.
So I came through the Kevin Crown morning show. So that's how I got on Twitch initially. So he came on to do a Serato stream, so I made my account. Then I did come back again because DJ Manny Fresh used to play, and I watched another comedian I love, Tony Baker. I watched him play video games. So I had my account by then. So every so often I might come on, but barely. And then he did the one time, and then I was on his YouTube side. I wasn't on the Instagram side anymore because I actually like YouTube. I could use my phone because I was at work. I was considered an essential worker. So I never was home. I was never home. Yeah. I've been outside technically. I love those times because nobody was outside. So I go to the park and be alone.
I didn't realize that. So just so I got this straight. So during lockdown, you were still going to the office every day.
Yeah, and I had the papers. People used to call it. I'm not going to say what people called it, but I had the papers, the essential papers. As they call it. I'm not going to say what I was calling it back then, because like I said, my job knows who I am. They actually know my DJ name and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And this will be on YouTube. So those of you, let me just do a plug right now. I was supposed to live stream this on YouTube. I don't want to break every possible rule, so I'm going to behave myself. But this will be uploaded to YouTube. Yeah. So we're going to try to edit as much as possible.
Edit too much. I can still be me, but I just, I just not going to say certain things.
That was still us. But
But yeah, I was still going to work. So I used to listen to Kevin on my phone in the office because I was freaked out because I'm asthmatic and I'm high risk. So I didn't want to die. And it was a whole hot mess. So then I came on Twitch, and then when he started to ease over to Twitch using the Restream bot thing on YouTube. And I got tired of seeing the emotes on YouTube. So finally I said, let me just download this app and actually use Twitch on my phone. And then I started watching, and I met DJ Guardian. And I started watching DJ Guardian. I watched him initially because he said DJ and gamers. I was like, a DJ who games. And I never watched his gaming because he started just DJing not too long after that. Yeah. So I was excited, and then I watched him, and I met T-Rock, DJ T-Rock through him because they did this crazy overnight stream. And I took a nap, woke up, they were still streaming, all of that. And they were drunk. And then through him, then I met DJ Tony Styles. I met the whole what they call the Club Twitch crew. And the Twitch family crew. So then I met Tony Styles, and then I met DJ Tempo, who's a friend of mine now in real life as well. Actually, they're all pretty much my people. But my OG people like DJProfit.com, that's from Toronto, and that. And then I started meeting people and going different streams, Select the Jinx, all of them. Because then and Blaster, because I was watching TGIS at the time, and Jinx was on TGIS, so I would watch him through there. Man, and it's just been like history since. And that's how I got onto Twitch as a viewer. No DJ friends in real life. I know one DJ who is like a working DJ, but I wasn't close with him. I'm best friends with his sister. So I had no DJ friends in real life. I came as a regular person. Just regular, didn't know anybody, just being my weird self. That's it.
Your special self.
Thanks. I mean, yeah, special and weird. I don't know. I mean, some people might say I'm a little special, depending. I talk in different voices and the English accent sometimes, so probably, yeah.
So what made you decide to turn on and stream one day?
Okay, so we're going to go, I have the whole timeline in my head for the most part. December 2020. So DJ Tempo and his then girlfriend, Miss Keita, who's also a close friend of mine, they had a talk show, and I would call in, and I would say my 2 cents. And one day in the chat, I wrote something like, I should do a talk show. So I'm going to go further back 10 years, but I'm just going to go for the actual timeline right now, because there's a lot to it. There's a lot of interwebs. That's tough. So what was I saying? Shit. I'm on the show, and I wrote, and Akita hit me up. Her name is Keita. She hit me up on the side and was like, "You would do amazing." And I said, "Okay." And then she let me know when you're ready. So I hit her up, and I was actually in the Guitar Center, and like I said, her and Tia Tempo were together at the time, so they were there. She talked to me about the show, and I was like, "I want to do a show called Sunday Sage. It will be about mental health, because that's a big thing to me. It was, going to be about like life and blah, 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 blah. That's all I'm going to do." She said, "You would do great at that." And I said, "Yeah, that's what I really want to do." And then I said, "I also want to learn how to DJ." So she gave Tempo the phone, and I stood on the phone for an hour with DJ Tempo at Guitar Center writing. I have the notes till this day, all the things I need to start. I still have the controller that he helped me pick out, which is my SB3. He wanted me to go a little bit higher up, but I was on a super budget. So I said, I was like, them Trump checks is not lasting as long as I needed to. So I was like, I'm gonna get me an SB3. Get me an SB3.
Yeah.
And he helped me out, and he gave me a lot. He gave me a lot of advice, a lot of industry advice. I'm very blessed because he gave me a lot of industry advice, a lot of Twitch industry advice as a streamer, and how that would change potentially. He was right about a lot of stuff. And he kind of gave me, he was my first mentor, technically, when I really look at it. Even though I don't talk to him as much, he's still like, I got you if you need me. Like, he's told me that, like, recently. I got you. I'm just bad at asking for help. As Scott can tell you, I don't ask for help. I'm terrible at it. I know him. That's my friend in real life.
It's probably a Sage thing as well, because I know a few of us others like that I talk to, I won't call them out, those in the chat. We don't ask for help because it's just easier. And I think there's a lot of people that say it and do it as well. So it's not even just a Sage thing, but that's one thing I've learned is when you're trying to do something and you ask for help, they say they got you and then they don't got you. Or they got you, or there's some variation of that, right? Because then it's a disappointment and it's a setback. Like, then you have to just push even harder, right? Which you should be pushing harder anyways, but you should also know that you can rely on the community to actually support you and step up and show up. Yes. But that doesn't always happen. So then we just have to push forward regardless, right? Yeah.
I mean, I've been very blessed, but yes. I've been very blessed, but yes. But I've had some solid people in my corner. Yeah. A lot of people have offered help, but I've had the people who've helped me. Hi, Lady Spice. Have been very solid. I've been very blessed.
Yeah. I say I'm spoiled. Very, very like I'm not even gonna try to front about it. I'm blessed till I'm spoiled, and it makes me humble and grateful, right? Because I think a lot of people don't realize, like even the folks here in this chat, you guys could be anywhere else on a Wednesday in Toronto. We're all melting because summer just slapped us up the side of the head and said we're there.
New York too.
And you guys are here. Right? Yeah. Like I'm just like I'm sitting here with no AC in this place. I'm just like, I'm gonna be all right. But yeah, sorry. Let me swerve back. So yes, the not relying on people and managing to do something on your own.
Yeah.
So you still have all the equipment that you needed. Like, did you accomplish getting all of the equipment, or is there still some stuff that you are on that's on the wish list?
Well, this is for streaming. I feel like I've reached. I just need to decorate. I kind of told you yesterday. I don't want to do green screen. I have the green screen set up. I just can't fit it. Like, it just don't. This is my whole space where I'm sitting right now that I DJ in. I'm in my living room, so in a corner. So I'm literally like very limited on space, and so I can't add more to this outside of maybe a picture. But I have to figure out how I can make that work
because you want to keep up the walls. You don't want to lose your plants.
But yeah, this plant has been here since I was 5. Well, I was lucky to living here. Damn. So yeah, I'm like, hi, Miss
Chaos. Yo, JD. Yeah, Montreal. It's nice to know you guys are getting some of that heat. New England. Oh, Rowdy. That's the Canada wildfires. It's serious over here. Yeah, like I'm in Toronto, but I know they're talking about it like blowing across the country from the Calgary side over, and then I know Nova Scotia I think has something going on as well. So yeah. So for streaming, you have pretty much everything that you need for the most part.
Yes, because I started off as a talk show person, so I didn't need much. I just needed one laptop, which is not the one I'm streaming. I'm streaming on my DJ laptop because it's pretty like powerful. But yeah, I was telling you, like, I have my old work. I got a laptop for free at work, and literally, it's been my baby for the last 2 years. I've been streaming for over 2 years now. I didn't celebrate 2 years because I had a lot going on, specifically my niece graduating from the military. So that happened that same week. And then I had a wedding that I was doing the week of my anniversary. So I didn't really get to, I didn't really celebrate. I didn't put much focus into it like I wanted to. So I just didn't celebrate.
You celebrate at any point in time.
Next year, I'll celebrate 2 years. Let's kidding.
Party.
But, yeah.
How long were you doing your talk show?
So Sunday Stage started on April 18, 2021. Then I went into the summer with it. Early June, it got hard because I was a Sunday show. And I started to go outside. So I was like, okay.
Saturday night.
This is going to be twitching. But twitching and being outside is very hard sometimes.
It is.
And I was like, okay. I remember I left it for one. Yeah. Damn, yo, JD, you have to tell everybody. No, I do be brunching. I was brunching a lot that year. I think I was like drunk the whole summer from brunch. Anyway, every weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is also In Conversation with Soph Thee Sage and Confessions.
Yeah, I'm a bruncher. I love brunch. I just like the food. You know, you get food and limited drinks for like $60 or $50, $30 back before the pandemic. There was one spot I went to that closed right before the pandemic. It was $30.
Each lady is with you on that one as well.
Brunch is life.
Another party animal. GT Babadi, welcome in, hun.
I actually met DH Lady last year. We partied together at I call it the Pajama Jam, but it was Busby's Pajama. I don't actually know what it was called, but I call it the Pajama Jam.
That's right. You were here last year, and we didn't get to meet.
I didn't meet a lot of people. I met Yo JD for the first time, and I cried because I was like, Yo JD is like one of my very, very, very close friends. Like, Twitch could burn down, and me and her, that's my people. You know what I'm saying? So we met for the first time last year. I met a lot of people, but I also didn't meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
I blame T-Mobile for that, but I'm not even. T-Mobile owes me money because they definitely didn't keep me. They didn't hold me down while I was in Canada. I lost service.
I heard a couple people complain about that, like just the quality of when you crossed over. Because I know when we cross over, we're like,
it should be fine.
Yeah.
I was in Grenada with good service. So if I could go all the way to Grenada with good service, what's happening? Anyway, they owe me some money, but we're not going to talk about that. Let me get mad. But,
back to your timeline. Yeah, let me not have you cussing T-Mobile on here right now.
They owe me. But I started to do Sunday Stage, then I started a Wednesday show called Wing It Wednesday. Thus, this emote that people probably like, what the hell? Shouts to DJ Tony Styles. He did all my emotes for me. And that one he emailed me while I was doing the mukbang episode where I ate a chicken wing.
Okay.
Wing it once.
Yeah, it doesn't show up on our chat.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, I don't even. I could just keep the. I didn't even look at the. Oh, there we go. It's right in front of us.
Seems like a lifetime ago now. Yeah.
I miss Wing It. People still ask for Wing It Wednesday because, like, I just be talking. I just turn on the camera and start talking, and I just be saying stuff, and I miss it.
You'll bring it back.
Yeah, I just gotta like stop being lazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Hi, DJ My Guardian. I be at home.
My Guardian.
Yeah, DH Lady was there for Wing It Wednesdays. Like Yo JD was there. Look at the fling wig emote, the Sage Gang emote, and my little scooter. Which the scooter, that's another nickname that the Majestic gave me because I used to make a joke, which I realize now was probably in bad taste, about being my leg hurting. Anyway, I'm not going to tell. I realized it was terrible, but it was funny. But it was like I thought about it later. I was like, joking about being on a scooter because your leg hurt. It's kind of terrible for the people who are actually handicapped. So I was like, let me stop saying that. But I got my scooter emote from that. And I have a particular song that I like that I put the scooter emote for it. But anyway, I stopped doing Sunday Sage because in 2021, my mental health started to deteriorate. Not like as in like I was, my depression came back and anxiety. And it got progressively worse until last year. People who know me very closely know a lot more about what I had to do and what happened. And things got really bad. So I didn't want to do Sunday Sage anymore because it was about mental health. And I wasn't okay. And I was still on Twitch, getting on Wednesdays and like laughing, kicking, but I wasn't okay. And then I took a break that August. And in that time, shouts to DJ Waka. I thought I was under the impression that I wouldn't be able to do my DJ stream because I couldn't afford to get a proper laptop to stream and to have a DJ laptop. I didn't have my MacBook yet. And I had this old laptop, which is sitting in front of me. Actually, I have 3 laptops in front. I have multiple laptops in front of me, old ones. My mom's old laptop, just chilling, that nobody's used in years. And I was able to use that for a time. And the laptop that I currently stream on, I was using as my DJ laptop because I was doing everything through Tidal initially. And so by the end of October 2021, hi DJ Blair Guardian, sorry, both the Guardians. Hi Guardians. Whatchamacallit? Hi Dr. Donna.
Hi Dr. Donna.
Sorry.
Hi Blair.
Hi guys. By the end of October, I did my first DJ stream. Now, I'm only really just talking about Twitch because the DJ part had started earlier than my DJ streams. But that's and then I got into DJ streaming. And like, after my second DJ stream, people started asking me to be on reads. And it's kind of been history from there on the Twitch side, primarily.
So you went straight from being a girl in the stream, as like I always like to say, I'm a girl in the stream.
Literally a random person. Nobody knew me. People thought people knew me. I didn't know anybody. I just was like out here just, talking. But
you were modding as well, right?
Yes. I started modding in December 2020.
Okay.
Yes. And then I went from modding for one person to modding for like 3 or 4 people out of nowhere.
I walked into the stream.
I don't mod for any of those people anymore.
You have a sword in your hand?
Yeah, the person I first modded for, he was very, he was good where he hit me up properly and said, will you mod?
Yeah.
Him, RJ Biggs also did that. Tony Styles didn't do that, but Tony and I were cool. So I was like, we cool. It makes sense for me to mod. I wanted you to make me a moderator. Like, I love Tony Styles. He's hilarious. Him and his wife are like, I love them. I met them in real life for the first time last year, and I cried. Me and his wife were like hugging. We're like, because we talk. And some other people added me as well out of nowhere. Next thing I know, down the line, I was eventually technically a mod for like 13 plus people. I think overall I've been a mod for 16 people overall. Currently, I may be listed as a mod for less than 10 or about 10 listed. Now, some people I didn't mind because I understood they even like him. He was like, sorry, I put you because I just need somebody last minute. I was like, no, it's fine. Like, it's cool. It's cool. Just I tell people, just don't expect me to be there every time because I really can't guarantee it.
Yeah.
Hi, DT Baba. And so yeah, but I loved modding. Yo JD and I were mod sisters. I was modding for my first DJ that I was modding for, and I remember she became a mod, and then she hit me up on the side, and she was like, "Hi, I was told to ask you, how to do this?" Because I actually followed Miss Toya, who is DJ Majestic out of Toronto, his wife. I follow what she did. She was my mod person
Model of
to watch.
modding.
And Miss Honda G is as well. I didn't know Miss Honda G as well at that time yet, but she's like a super duper mod too. But Miss Toya, I watched what she did, so I followed suit, and I made sure to be super friendly, and people loved how I moderated, and suddenly that's how I ended up being a mod for so many people. But Yo JD and I became mods. We have fun modding together because we don't really have a structure. We just be throwing out the stuff, and sometimes we put the same thing at the same time, and we thought it was hilarious. That's how we knew we were gonna be friends, like for real, because we just said that shit was just funny, like. And then we became friends in real life.
Take out my eye, man.
Not the lash. Oh Lord, that'd be hurting.
Let me see. Wait, did I just read that right? Somebody that's modding for over 30 plus DJs. Yeah, you know what? The modding.
I know somebody too.
Yeah, no.
That's I wasn't gonna say her name, but yes, Dr. Stress.
Two, trying to get to one. Still got two. I'm okay there. I've walked into people's streams with a sword and politely said, remove it. And I won't be coming back to your chat until you remove it. Like, don't just throw a sword on me and feel like you're entitled.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
Well, I will say my guardian, she does focus. I actually know Miss Honda G in real life as well. When I went to Tampa last year, she's very like, to know Miss Honda G is to know, like, she cares a lot. And I tell her, tone down the caring, but she doesn't. Not to say you shouldn't care about who you mod for, but like take your time. Like I was modding under her name, like last year, because she was driving. I said, "Girl, we on vacation. I'm here in Tampa. She drove me around. Shout out to Miss Honda G. That's one of my friends.
Wow,
that's one of my good friends. Very good friends.
So one of the questions that came up early, and I believe it was Get It Becky that asked was, how did you start DJing? So did you want to talk about that a little bit more? And we can talk about the Twitch side of it. I still definitely want to talk about the outside of it, but since we have the Twitch peeps here, maybe we want to touch on that a little bit more, especially because you technically weren't a DJ.
Right. It's hard to not start with the outside because I was simultaneously, I'm going to go back in time. So back to when I was 21 years old. I was doing college radio.
Some sound effects right now. Some, Back to the Future.
I wish I was in my. Okay. Hi, DJ Scorpion.
Welcome in, DJ Scorpion.
So okay, I went to school initially for music education. It was either gonna be music education or I'm a choir kid. I did choir from age 3, and I played piano. I took piano lessons. I could play the drums by ear to an extent. So music is kind of my life. It's been my life. It saved me through high school, because mental health. I mean, I might get into that at some point. We'll see how this conversation goes, like what direction.
Wherever you were comfortable.
Yeah, but literally, I didn't want to be in the music industry. I knew somebody in the music industry, or that was working with some artists, and he was like, people are nasty. He was like, people are crazy. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'll do the business side so I could be a manager or something. I did get into a business school, but I ended up going to University of Bridgeport and doing music education when I started, and I fell asleep during my music class. So I changed to mass communications. So I was like, let me try something else that's creative, advertising.
Yeah.
Then I went back to community college because I sucked at school. And I did communications and media arts. So I focused on television and radio, and I did radio course, and I did college radio. I was on a Wednesday morning show, and I was so shy. Who you see in front of you right now is not. I was so shy. I didn't even want to talk. My DJ name was Chris Light. Don't ask.
I won't. I was about to.
I don't know who I thought I was.
So I won't.
But no, but that was how, and then what we would do on Wednesdays is, it would just basically, my middle name is Crystal, so yeah. Now y'all know my whole government. But anyway, I don't know if you care if you know, but the world knows that, but it's okay, I don't mind. Ultimately, they had, after the radio show, we would go to the next room, which was soundproof, and the DJs of the radio would go and play, and I'd watch them, and I loved it. And I was like, I want to learn. So I downloaded, I think it was Virtual DJ, it was free, onto my laptop. And I tried mixing Britney Spears. I tried to mix Britney Spears with some Britney. Right? I don't remember if it sounded good or not, but I tried on my laptop, no controller, no mixer, nothing, because I didn't really know anything about it. I didn't ask questions because I was shy. Yeah. I was scared to talk to people until like I was 25. Like I didn't talk. Are we getting Chris Light? Is Chris with the C? Like Crystal Light, like the drink? Anyway.
Making sure if you're taking notes, you're taking the notes down correctly.
Yeah. And then, God, so that happened. And Kohl's, so the store Kohl's, I don't know if you guys, I assume you have it in Canada. I don't know. It's like a clothing department store. They, during the holidays, they sell mixers, like DJ mixers. Like, little, not like a controller, which, I didn't know the difference, but a little mixer. And every year I said I'm going to buy it, but I was like, no, I have to buy gifts. Every year for 10 years. We're talking about over 10 years. So, no, well, I guess about 10 years because it was 2011, 2012. I also I did internships and stuff, but none of them was in radio. And here we are in 2021. I'm on phone with DJ Tempo and he's helping me to pick out my stuff. And then my friend Lady M, would also have to send the link to, she introduced me to her friend DJ Show and Tell, who is a full-time DJ. He is the first person who taught me how to DJ initially. Yeah. He plays in Harlem a lot. He plays in Queens. He does private events as well. And he, when I met him, he was she's very like picky about people. So he knew that if I was cool with her, like we good. Yeah. So, and he was like, he gave me some advice so that I would go with her. Now this is 2021. Outside wasn't really open yet, but restaurants allowed for dancing in your area where you're sitting. So he still DJ'd. Like my 30th birthday in 2020, I did go out twice. And it was just legally you had to stay in your seats. You can't like leave your section, but you can still shake your ass with the DJ playing.
Yeah. I think I had that rule here as well, where it's like, you couldn't go to the dance floor, but if you were at your table or your booth or whatever,
just turn into a dance floor.
Yeah, then you were all right. Yeah,
you still end up dancing with other people because you were in the similar space. They made it work. Yeah. So he was doing a place on Thursday. So I worked in the city in Manhattan every other week. So every other week I was going with her to his gig, and he would let me play. He showed me the way he taught it to me was. I said, I don't really understand how to mix. I had my controller and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. The guy at the Sam Ash store tried to show me how to mix using the beats on the screen, and it made me cross-eyed and confused. I don't know how people do that. The only way I use the screen is to make sure my cue point is sitting where I need to sit. That's it. Outside of that, I can't, it's very hard for me. I get very confused. So he was showing, I just watched him tap his foot. And he's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And that reminded me, I did praise dancing in church. So we had to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Which I'll get back to the beats versus bars later. That's where S. comes in. But he showed me that and then he let me play. And he just told me to press the button. I didn't know what a cue point was. Just said press the button. So I'm pressing it. And I was able to I caught it on quickly because, to me it was just kind of easy to once I hit the 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, I didn't understand cue points, how to set cue points. So me mixing and learning at home was very hard because I didn't have cue points for anything.
Yeah.
A lot of YouTube had to help me with that. But I practiced at home and I would go to his gigs. And I remember like he played at this one spot and then he let me play a little bit while he went to the bar. And then I remember he had me there again, but I didn't know about the promoter. The promoter kind of seemed weird. So what happened was I didn't stop, like go to the next song. I let the song go all the way through. And I was standing right here and his controller is here. I'm like envisioning it right now. And he was like, so why didn't you mix it? I said, because I don't know. He's like, you know what you're doing. Go ahead and do it. This is like, I'm like, okay. I didn't understand. There was still a lot for me to learn, but just basic one blend, because he's a blender. He blends a lot. So basic getting one song to the next was something I learned. And then I continued. So then Twitch happened. That was in October. Shout out to DJ Waka. Waka is the only reason why I think I could say I have a DJ career the way I do. Even though it's not big, it's moved. And I say it only because if he didn't help me to set up, because I wasn't asking for help, per usual.
Yeah.
If he didn't help me set up, nobody would have heard me play. If nobody would have heard me play, things either would have been much more delayed, but as far as my first gig, or who knows what would have happened. I probably wouldn't even have practiced enough for me to be good enough to play outside. So I give him that big, like, thank you. And then I'm playing. Shouts to my friend Stout. We were just becoming friends at the time. And he would give me advice on Instagram. So we met through the morning show. He lives in Brooklyn. And he was giving me advice and stuff. And I remember I put out a mix, my first hip hop mix. And I'm a little hard-headed. I'm also very hard to teach. I'm hard-headed. I'm admittedly hard-headed. He was like, okay, we need to fix her transitions. Bad. There's no reason. He said at this point you shouldn't. He's very tough with me, and I get mad sometimes, but he is very much well-meaning. He's one of those people who comes through. I also would say he's also extremely, him and Waka are probably the same. Waka's the reason why I was able to like be seen as DJing. So I thought is why I got better and why I have a lot of what I have. He has been very much a core person. Shout out to him. That's why I'm like giving an extra shout out.
Yeah, shout out to S-Dot.
And he's a DJ. He's a DJ. He's been DJing for like 10 years as of December. So I know all his business. And yeah. And it kind of rest is history. I was doing raids and stuff. I got my first gig in December 2021, sooner than intended. My goal was to do it by mid 2022. Somebody hit me up and wanted me to do a friend who I made on Twitch wanted me to do a pop-up shop in Brooklyn. It was rough. It was 6 hours. I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was, and I was so nervous I didn't eat the whole day. And they were trying to feed me.
It's good though, right? Because it gave you the opportunity. Like there's a lot of those shove off the cliff moments that really, a lot of people will be like, it's a make or break, but in a lot of ways it makes us, right?
Yeah.
Welcome in Diamond Mood Swing. Please shout out Mr. Diamond Mood Swing, just Mr. Diamond Stone Love.
They're the same person?
Diamond Mood Swing and Diamond Stone Love is the exact same person.
I follow both of them. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Diamond Stone Love is the Diamond Stone Love. Mood Swing is the radio channel that you get.
I listened to the Mood Swing. I just didn't realize
it's his channel. Yeah.
Hi.
So, please shout him out. Thank you, Apple. So Diamond Stone Love and Blair will be joining us on next month's raid. And those who saw the flyer. So I'm looking forward to. I was going to say some fresh blood. That's, me tapping souls and stealing souls. It's always good. But yeah, so in regards to that pop-up that you did, you said 6 hours, you didn't eat. You were that nervous. What was your takeaway from that? And how did that help build you as you continue through your DJ journey?
It was definitely, I learned that I need to be more prepared. I also learned that when female DJs are seen to be very rare. I had a man come up to me, and I thought I was doing okay, but like I said, I wasn't prepared musically. I was told it was like, so there was different people in charge, and one person wanted like hip hop and R&B, like hip hop, like ratchet music, or some dancehall, and the one person that told me it was going to be loud soca, so I prepared with soca. I didn't have a lot of music at the time, so I'm literally like shaking because I'm like, oh my god. And I also, thankfully, I had Tidal. And I was able to get into Wi-Fi, and then I was able to really kind of go on from there. I was thankful that I also didn't have to like repeat any songs because I'm really big on don't repeat any songs. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's an irritant for me when there's 6 DJs on a dance and you hear the same, whether it's
they're not listening to each
whatever.
Other.
I'm just like, why? Mm-hmm. On a raid, it's a little bit different, I will say, because sometimes people are working.
Raids are very different.
The DJ, all the DJs, so I understand that part of it.
Mm-hmm. That's me. When I do Soca Raid Thursday, I'd be like, listen. Y'all gonna probably hear some of the songs you heard earlier because I was at work with customers all day, and I couldn't listen to most of it. I usually don't because I just can't, not because I don't want to. But yeah, that was what I learned. I learned that so a guy came up to me and he was like, "Can I take a picture of you?" And I was like, no. I was like, why? And then he goes, "I have a daughter and I want her to see that there's female DJs. She likes music." And I almost cried. Partially because I was lightheaded as well. It was just like, they were giving me drinks and food and I was just sitting there. Yeah. But yeah, they, that was the first time I ever heard something like that. Because one of my favorite DJs before the pandemic was a woman. So my mind is like, there has to be like equal amounts. No, I'm learning. No. I'm seeing, I made a post about it the other day. But yeah.
I missed the post about it, but did you want to talk about it here?
I mean, I don't mind. I just noticed that like often, even with Twitch on raids, like it's often more men. Yeah. I mean, or only men. I'm like, listen, there's enough female, and I get it. Like not everybody rapes everybody or whatever. A lot of people have a brotherhood. There was a joke I made. I was in a group chat and they were like, "You guys are my brothers." Da, da, da. I said, "Wait a minute. Hey," I said, change my name to Seth.
Oh.
So if you ever see some people call me Seth, that was my joke. They were like, "We're sorry, you know what we meant." I'm like, "I know what y'all meant." They were like, but I was like, my name is Soph Thee Sage. But seriously, it's a very male dominated industry, and I feel like, but yeah, I'm about to go there a little bit. I get tired. I'm about to vent. Can I vent? I get tired of hearing men say, "Oh, she's just a pretty face," because I don't hear them say that about male DJs. "Oh, he's just a handsome face." And there's male
let's
DJs.
Be honest. There's a lot of male DJs out there that actually cannot DJ. Like, I'm not calling out names because this is not that show.
I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just gonna say if
there are DJs out there who do not DJ well, like male DJs, and they're quick to knock female DJs. And I'm thinking, like, do you practice? Like, do you study your craft? Right?
I'll just say, in general, I just don't like hearing. Even if she's not great, quote unquote, right? Because what is greatness? Just that. Even as why would we talk about her looks only?
Yeah.
Just say, "Oh, I don't like how she plays," period. Saying she's a pretty face just tells me that you objectify her.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think people notice that.
Play up on that, right? And I think that's what makes it harder for the female DJs who are actually genuinely appreciating the craft and wanting to enhance on the craft, because some decide to use other parts, whatever. I'm not judging them. I'm observing. Mm-hmm. That they use whatever to sell their image, but they're not selling necessarily the talent of what they're doing. They're selling the appearance of of how they look, and that's their audience, right?
That's part of why I'm like nervous about the idea of actually trying to make myself look sexy or anything. That's not really my personality anyway, like that. Most of the time, it depends. But I'm just kind of like, I also don't want to get because I'm sure there's people. Well, no, I know there's people who probably feel weird about me, and I don't need any other reason. So I'd almost rather not even do that, which is stupid that I have to feel that way. But
I mean, you should just make sure, what, at the end of the day, like just me and because I always have to throw my 2 cents into everything. You should just be comfortable regardless. I mean, and if it means like, welcome in DJ Raga. Thank you for joining the conversation with Soph Thee Sage and myself.
Hi, DJ Raga.
I find it's interesting because I get into this conversation and I know people are always asking me, why am I not DJing on Twitch and why am I not this? And I mean, for over 25 years, people are just like, because I used to play vinyl. Like,
I would love to see you play. I love vinyl. That's I'll get into that later. That's a goal.
But I don't know. I just find that the whole DJ female aspect, it's people are not focusing on the talent. But I have to also say, I have to be honest, I'm a female. I love all DJs if you can play. When I did the ladies raid, I was looking for specific talent. And I'm going to be honest, in the Twitch community, it's hard to find. There's a lot of female DJs out there, but a lot of female DJs are either presenting the wrong side of themselves, which makes me as a female not interested. Because they're not representing what I want it to represent. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to know people coming to the raid because, they're seeing whatever they're seeing. I want them to come to the raid for the talent. Hold on, let me drink water.
Yeah.
So you wanting to look, you not wanting to look, what'd you say? You don't want to look too sexy.
Well, I mean, it makes me feel weird if I decide to. I mean, that's not really
right now. Like, let me just like, yeah, you're looking hella cute right now. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, don't mind my pajama pants.
Oh my gosh, I'm in my pajama bottoms as well. Like, I cannot get up to go close the window unless I turn off this camera, because yeah, you guys don't.
I took my shower for the night. When I go to bed, I'm just gonna roll like that's it.
Oh, you're horrible.
I mean, like, you know, like I don't do the whole. I don't know how to explain it. I have my moments, though. I like you said, comfortable. I am a comfortable person. I'm mostly modest. Mostly, I think that's slowly going away as I get older and change a little bit. Because I mean, my personality is completely different from like 5 years ago, pre-pandemic time.
Well, we all evolve, right?
Yeah, we do. I mean, yeah. Also, I've had like a lot of healing process and stuff going on. So.
Yeah. I don't want to push you to talk about that unless you feel comfortable, right? But to Diamond, exactly. There are a lot of female DJs that can mash up man DJs. Like, I've seen some. There's a page on Instagram. I can't remember the full proper name of it, but it is, I think it's called Girl DJs.
Yeah, I love that channel.
Even some like little kids make me like, I'm just like, I'm not going in public nowhere when I have some little 12-year-old that's going to like put me to shame.
You know who I loved during the pandemic? DJ Sophia Rocks. Not just because her name is Sophia, but she's a turntablist and she's a kid. And I'm like, I don't have turntables, admittedly. My first time playing on turntables was Kevin Crown's morning show reunion. I was flipped. As Soph could probably tell you, I was having, and maybe OJD too, because I talk to them a lot. Yeah.
Good morning.
Hi, Nev.
Good morning, Nev. Oh yeah, 7:38. Good morning to the UK folks, those who are here.
Morning. That was my first time on turntables because I don't own turntables yet. And yes, Asad is laughing because he watched me have a whole meltdown. I was talking to him like every day because he played as well for the morning show reunion.
Yeah.
But I was flipping out because I'm like, I don't know how to use this thing. And I was like, I don't know how to use a mixer. He was like, it's fine. I remember DJ Queendom, I spoke to her on the phone. She was like, it's just, think of it as a bigger controller. And once I got started, I was good. I didn't have an issue with the one button that I forgot to click on, right? I was good. And they were right. I shouldn't have flipped out. But I was like nervous.
But I mean,
my God, what if
they all do. Every DJ has those moments though, right?
Yeah.
Like, but that's the parts, those are those parts. So when I was talking about you when you did that pop-up gig, right? Mm-hmm. Those moments are what really help you. It shapes you to help you believe this is really your path, or you're just like, nah, this isn't really it for me. Because some people realize that they don't want to do it, or they just want to be that living room or that bedroom DJ, right? And others are just like, no, I need to come back and perfect this and really get my game, get my 2 hard ears. Yeah, I'm putting that up on the screen.
Yo.
Y'all shouting with the caps.
Y'all gotta pray for Escott. I'm his, like, he's giving me homework and everything. He's literally like, and I'm a hard student. I'm really hard.
Yeah, but think about that though. The love that you're getting, that people are making sure they're giving you homework.
Yeah.
Like, shoving you off the cliff, right?
Yeah. I was like, okay. And then of course, for me being a bad student, I didn't have the homework on time. It took me some time. Anyway. I didn't do too good in school. That is, Anyway,
not all of us are supposed to be in the classroom to learn. Like,
I'm one of those people.
I used to only show up when I had to write a test. And in college, and they'd be like, you realize that we have a test today? And I was like, that's the only reason why I'm here. I'd write the test and I'd peace out. But anything else.
I am that. That's hilarious. No, I'm terrible. I just can't do homework. I've never been good at focusing at home. But I have like a mental health journey. Have.
You want to talk about that? Like, if you're comfortable?
I will. And I will because I'm a firm. So I used to be a church girl. And not just like, because my parents my mom took me, is because I actually chose to in my 20s. I joined a church in the city in Manhattan, Brooklyn, and then they expanded and I was one of like the church leader. Like I did, I led like small group and stuff. And I work with kids and all of that. And I went through a journey of like my self-worth journey. But my mental health, I've never, like I try to pray the mental health way, they do that thing. And you ultimately can't pray it away. You have to do the work. So while I was, and this is part of
Sorry,
also.
can you just say it again? I want to make sure, because you kind of just mumbled that. Can you just say it again? You can't pray
You
it.
can't pray it away. You got to do the work too.
Yeah.
Faith without works is dead. So I would, and I would tell people, go to therapy, go to therapy, go to therapy. Didn't go. I didn't think, and yeah, I'm gonna tell the story. I'm gonna tell it because I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna tell it. I said that I was gonna say it, and I repeat myself a lot. Don't mind me. Sometimes you need to hear a testimony in order to do the work for yourself. So I'm going to tell my testimony. I am a work in progress. I am not where I want to be. So while everything was simultaneously going up from the DJ side and Twitch side, and people were seeing me in the chat laughing and kikiing and da-da-da-da, my mental health was going this way. I'm not going to go into what triggered it because that's more, I would actually like to keep that private, but I have things that were triggering it. There was a lot of things just happening at once. So everybody's kind of seeing me in the chats, but nobody's knowing what's happening except for maybe like Yo JD, and S. knows as well. Yeah. And anyone who was close to me. Yo JD, part of me and her being a nice friendship and me trusting her as a friend early on was like she would check on me more than people I knew in real life.
Yeah.
She's in Montreal. We did not meet until last year, physically.
Yeah.
So just to, you know what I'm saying? So anyway.
Connection is real. We'll talk about that after.
Yeah. So
it's real.
It was going downhill. Things are going up. And it was like, how do I keep the appearance? And even people in the chat started to notice I was different. And, my anxiety was getting higher. And one of the things that got me more anxious was the fact that I'm aware that people take things in the chat wrong often. Mm-hmm. I literally had to defend a friend of mine, Lady M, against people who were coming at her like as a group on Twitch. And and she wasn't there, so I defended her because that's what I do. That's my belief. If your friend is being attacked, it's different if they say, "Oh, I don't like her." To me, that's not an attack. An attack is talking about.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, you're allowed to not like. I don't care if two of my friends don't like each other, but you're allowed. But at the same time, you don't start talking about people's looks and doing all that stuff. When you start doing that, I was like, "Hi guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but me," because they probably thought we were just friends on Twitch. Me and her hang out every week. Me and her are gonna see each other 2 days from now, literally in person. To the point where the people were hitting me up. And it was like a whole weird thing. So my point is, you don't know what's happening. Sometimes things get misconstrued. And at one point, I became very not as friendly in the chat. Not because I wasn't being friendly. I couldn't fake it.
Nope.
And I wasn't okay mentally. Had nothing to do with anybody. It just wasn't mentally okay.
Yeah.
And I kind of hit rock bottom last year. I didn't do what I wanted to do, if you know what I mean, because I'm trigger warning. But I did go to the hospital. And I had some stomach pains. And I was very honest when they asked me the question about have I thought about hurting myself or others. I ended up in the suicide ward. And my healing journey had to happen from there because they referred me to see someone. Not but to see somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been going through that journey since. I've been in therapy. And I have taken medication for depression. I am taking medication for depression. Not enough to... Yeah, so just to give you guys, and I say that and I give that information not because I want everyone in my business, but because at the end of the day, I told somebody that and I had somebody hit me up, one of my friends, so I didn't know was going through it.
Yeah.
Hit me up and literally, So, I'm mostly okay now, partially because I've going through my healing, going through therapy and doing whatever. I'm careful about what I eat, a little bit more careful, not great. A little bit more careful with what I eat. I'm better with what I ingest mentally. I do take a little more time off of Twitch and socializing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get myself together. The things that trigger me, I'm working on that. And yeah.
Thank you.
Please don't make me cry.
I'm trying not to cry as well.
I heard the crack and I said, no.
I've said it in many streams, and those who have been here before have heard me say it. You don't know what's going on. I'm ready to cry right now. Seriously.
Please don't cry.
Really don't know what's going on in people's lives, right? And to your point, I do the modding. And and I say I'm the Walmart greeter because everybody comes in and they want to, tap the soul with the jokes and the fun or whatever. And you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, right? There's a few people in this chat right now that know exactly what I'm talking about. I pieced out of Twitch the other day, right?
Yeah.
And when I'm talking to those people, Doxy, I'm calling you out. DH Lady, I'm calling you out. Mike Guardian, I'm calling you out. Like, those are my people. Like, those, like, Mike Guardian is honestly like a lifesaver beyond a lifesaver beyond. I can't even put it into words. And I don't want to get into it because this is not my conversation. This is your conversation. But to the point that you felt comfortable to share that here, I want to make sure people are actually really hearing this, because people get so used to the jokes and the laughter on Twitch. They're coming for refuge, or whatever the reason is they're coming to Twitch. And they don't realize that some of us are going through some pretty friggin' hard traumatic experiences, to the point that what you just shared with us, right? And it's, yeah.
It was very surreal. It was like, not to linger on that, but it's surreal because it didn't hit me that it was happening until like after, because I was like, a part of me, okay, so this is going to sound bad. A part of me was kind of glad because the emergency room was very packed. So when they put me to the back room, I was like, okay, I'm away from sick people. But I was also like, what is really happening right now? Because what they do is they take all your things. I had to call my mom because she had taken me there.
Yeah.
Tell her I'm not coming out until a few hours. I don't know when. I did call out then. I wasn't in a position where I wasn't a risk to myself. Yeah. But I had been honest, which being honest is enough for them to have to go through protocol.
Put you through the concern. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And basically they take all your things and they're super friendly though. I mean, that's the best customer service I've ever seen in the hospital because, it is business. And I literally, that bill still came in the mail and I was like, oh no. What is the point of me paying for insurance if I'm still paying all this money?
Yeah.
American health system. Anyway. And it was weird. And then they had me on morphine because of the pain. And then I was like, higher. And I was like, I'd never want to be on morphine again. I see how people get on this stuff and lose their shit. But it was an aha moment, and I've been working on it since.
So, as you're working through it, if you don't mind me asking some more questions, just sharing with the community, do you find that you have those out-of-body moments where you can look back and see those main points that kind of drove that behavior? And I'm not asking you to talk about the personal part. I want you to keep the personal private, right? But just in general, as you're going through your journey, do you find that you're having more enlightenment on some of the things that you're going through and getting through?
Well, I'm more clear-minded because of the medicine. I'm not gonna lie, it's partially because of medicine. It's not meant to I'm not on a high crazy dose or anything. So it's more there to kind of keep me from falling down the rabbit hole, because the rabbit hole and we get along real well. And I tend to fall down the rabbit hole. Like, hi, DJ Gritty. I fall down the rabbit hole, but it has helped me to not okay. So
is it my connection? Are you guys still getting our connection with me?
Oh, and I hope it's not me because I have my internet connected. Oh, yes. Oh, I don't know. My internet's connected. I swear if my internet's acting up, I'm calling up Optimum right after. Them and T-Mobile gonna have to get hands. Saved hands. Get it? Because my t-shirt.
Okay.
Anyway.
So you guys in the chat, you're getting Soph Claire?
You guys are you hearing me bad? I don't know.
Okay, you said we're good.
Okay.
I'm getting a delay for you, but I don't know. Maybe it's just on my side. So if they're hearing you good, we'll continue. Don't worry, keep going.
Okay. I forgot. Oh yeah. So Casey clear-minded. Also, I've lost a lot of weight because I no longer binge eat. That was kind of my thing, was binge eating. Especially when I was really bad, I would be like, McDonald's, Chinese food, this, that, and just eat it. And I was that multiple times a day and just gain a bunch of weight. And then, so I've been naturally losing weight just because I've just been eating better. And less to an extent, in comparison. But I will say the biggest light has been DJing. That's kind of that was my light in the tunnel type of thing back around my birthday. This was right before my birthday. It's a little bit, okay. They're saying you're a little bit blurry.
I know my background would be blurry. I don't know if I'm blurry otherwise, but sorry, I'm looking at you. You guys are wondering. I'm looking down at my phone just to see, because I know that there's a lag. It's okay. Keep going.
Yeah. So and it's funny because that's the thing about DJing is that DJing is this plant. I mean, this plant is
Are you sure it's not alive? Because I'm pretty sure it just like gripped up your arm just now.
Yes, I swear the thing be moving. Oh, okay, sorry. What should we call it? I would say like DJing. I actually enjoy the challenge of DJing. It's a creative challenge because I can't stand bored. I don't like the mundane, like doing the same thing all the time. It's good to do mundane stuff, you know what I mean? Especially if you make money doing it. But for me, I like the challenge of everything. Even though I tend to have my moments where I feel like not good enough.
Yeah.
Often, me and Estat went back and forth about that recently. Not like an argument, but like we're going to agree to disagree because I felt like I don't see myself the way people see me.
Yeah, I've bad you up in the chat a couple times about that. So yeah.
Yeah. But but that's like where my mental health journey in the time. So I feel like people don't know what's going on at the same time that things look good. It's not necessarily great all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think sometimes people also don't want to deal with the not so good part. Like when you ask somebody, how are you doing? They don't want to hear, well, yo, my check just bounced. I'm really not feeling good. I got a back pain that's been bothering me. I really want to grip child number 2 and child number 4. And they don't want to hear that. They just want to hear, oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
And
yep.
then they keep it moving.
It's a comfort zone.
Accountable to support you, right?
Yeah. And I'd work every day. Like, I actually have a coworker who does that. She'll start saying everything going. I'm like, girl, the customers don't need to know everything. But you're right. Like, ultimately, people do want to just hear, oh, I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah. Hi, Miss G.
Hi, Miss G.
Yeah. Do you have any tips or tricks that you want to share? Like, I know, like, I do meditation, I do journaling. Do you do any of that? Do you find that any of that helps you?
I used to journal. I journaled when I was at church, and it was awkward when I left my journal in the church office one day. Because I definitely had a church crush who worked for the church. Looking back at it, I was like, oh my God, why did I think, oh God, sorry. You got to think for somebody, you're like, oh, hell no, years later.
Yeah. What was I thinking? Yeah.
I liked him bad too. Oh my God.
Have you seen him now?
I don't talk to anybody from my old church. I left that church. Actually, one girl, she moved away before I left the church. So I don't think she even knows I left, and she definitely don't know why. But I'm going to see her soon. But quite a few of us left. That church, it was like a mega church pretending to be a local church and all the red flags were there, but they were waving, but I was ignoring because that happened. So
get it back, Giggy. Thank you for the bits, beautiful.
Yeah, I forgot what the question was. I get lost in what I'm talking about.
No, you know what? It happens to me all the time. So I was just wondering if you had any other tips and tricks that you wanted to share as you're going through your journey. I know other people are resonating with what you're saying as you're going through the mental health journey. Hey, Six Boss, welcome in.
Take advantage of your insurance. I mean, U.S. people, we struggling out here with this insurance thing.
Canada people as well. We got what we call somewhat free healthcare, and a lot of us do not use it.
You gotta use it. Hi, Six Boss. Use your insurance and find it's not as easy as getting a private person and paying full price because there are loopholes. For me, I go to see a therapist in a more clinical space, so I get the same thing. I said to her as soon as I sat down, what is the difference between coming here and going to a psychiatrist? Because she's a counselor, and she goes, it's cheaper, which is true. I pay a fraction of what I would be paying had I just went to a private person. I might still switch to a private person at some point, but because it'd be a little bit more personal. But she talks to me. I meet with her. We talk about my week, and and we talk about life, and then I go home. So, but go and do that. Listen to therapy I know not everybody here is Black, but Therapy for Black Girls is a great podcast. You will probably learn stuff in general.
Yes, it is. It is. I tripped on that one. Yeah.
Dr. Caroline Leaf is another doctor that I follow. She's a Christian neuroscientist. So even though I don't really subscribe to the faith as much as I did before in the same way, I still like what she does because she takes the science and she moves it. And I have some of her books. She talks about mental health. Her page, I just say follow her on Instagram. It's very positive. Fix your algorithms on social media. I repeat, fix your algorithms on social media. You want to feel better about yourself? Check, like, what's popping up? Is it all manosphere and what is it? I call it divergence. The women version of the manosphere. Is it all that and a bunch of podcasts of men yelling at women and women yelling at men, or is it positive? So fix your algorithm. Stop paying attention to foolishness. I have my algorithm is comedy, mental health, like positive mental health stuff, body positivity type stuff, and DJing. Although the DJing side can be negative sometimes. Because some of those DJ pages, when they start going on about how if you don't play on vinyl, you're not a real DJ and all this stuff, that is very discouraging to me.
Yeah, it is.
Because I want to learn all of that, but I'm not there yet. But so and they talk about new DJs, and so I have to also weed that out too. But like Girl DJs is a great page. Female DJ Association, which I'm part of. All those things are very positive. Or like any DJ page that's fun and positive. You know, they laugh at getting requests, like, because that is funny. Somebody literally asked for me to play Bad Bunny on Friday. So.
Did you want to switch gears for a minute? I actually I wanted you to talk about the Female DJ Association. I do want to come back to the mental health conversation. I think that's always good for to hear it before we wrap up today. Yeah. But DJ Female Association, did you want to? You were featured in there as well, right?
So DJ Q Boogie, she's out of Connecticut. It's her group that she's created. So it's her page, and she's actually making a directory as well for female DJs, so people can use that to find female DJs. Because there's a lot of us out there of different genres and backgrounds, and it gives a push. But she has a thing called Behind the Turntables. So I paid a membership fee for that, and she is basically mentoring. She has work every month. We have a Zoom meetup, and it's kind of like almost like a workshop style, how to build a website. She's very big on like professionalism, she's the reason why I have professional DJ on my Instagram page, because she's big on once you're a professional, you're a professional. So she's very big on professionalism, contracts. My first contract for the wedding. I mean, it was my first contract that I had for DJing, but it was my first wedding contract. That was her. She gave us the template for that to use, and obviously I had to change it up to make it my own. She has tutorials on how to do all kinds of stuff, like get gigs, how to prepare for a gig, how to price your gigs, how to it's basically like the ins and outs of the business. It's ultimately business based. She is gonna do like jam sessions with us as a group, of those of us that are part of it, and talk about transitions and things like that. And she is also open to like listening to mixes and feedback if we want it. But it's very much like a mentorship program that's very big on business, because I want to grow my business. I actually really enjoy it. I actually enjoyed the business side. I didn't think I would. I never wanted to be a business owner. Not really. That wasn't pre-pandemic. I was one of those people. I was like, I don't like LLC Twitter. They would tell you to go get an LLC. No, I was wrong.
Do you feel that it's a community that you can continue to thrive and network and like bring other DJs in to join? Because I think that that's missing, whether it's Twitch in real life, male or female. But I think especially for female DJs, I think as women, we always seem to be not as supportive of each other as we should be.
Because it's like competition, because there's only one of us in most places. I mean, it shouldn't be competition. I don't look at it as competition, but I also don't have all my female DJ friends are not here anyway, so it's not like I'd be looking at them. If I wanted to, I couldn't look at them that way. But regardless, we should be working together. Like, one of my favorite DJs is DJ Charisma, which is really funny because she's from my city, and she went to school with my cousin. Like, I'm like, this world is very small. Very like. I was like, what you from? Really? But she is one of my faves. Like, I would, and then DJ Taylor Naomi is also another one that I love, because they're both equally versatile and really good at what they do. Yeah. So I'm like, all these women are out here doing it. You don't have to be competition to.
No, we should be a community, right? I mean, even when I'm just thinking about when we did the ladies edition, Like
Mm-hmm.
you guys all killed it. But what killed it for me more when I gave you guys that message at the end of the night and
Yeah.
typed it because I wanted to leave a voice note, it was watching the communication between all of us in the chat. Right? It was like we were just like a bunch of girls just chatting during the raid. Everybody was in raid, like each other's stream. Like there was a level of community that was there. And you don't hear that amongst women, period. Like, so not even just the DJing, right? So it was just beautiful. Yes, DJ Gritty. Like, it's just like, it's that community, that connection, right? And I just, it's something that is really rare. And it's nice to know that Twitch brought a lot of us together. I didn't know any of you guys existed until Twitch, right? So
I didn't know I existed until Twitch either. I didn't. Soph Thee Sage only came during Twitch.
Right?
I was just Sophia.
So it's just like when you see that, it just really goes to show that there is an opportunity for us to continue building a community. So when you have like the DJ Female Association, I think there should be more of those out there, and not just. Thank you for the bits, Dr. Donna Dundas. Because, and even me doing this, like, I want to know that people have the platform to speak about what's going on. Like, when people hear your conversation and hear your journey, there are other people in these streams that are watching these DJs, male and female, who want to DJ. And they will not because they're scared or they don't feel they're good enough. And I know I bad you up. You have other people that are always badding you up about what you think, right? But just think about that. The words that we say about ourselves is tension. Like, we're speaking in tension, right?
It's funny you say that
it's
because
just important for them to get it, right?
I got a message from somebody. I actually screenshot it. I'm not going to read it all. But basically, it was from a guy who I met through Twitch. I guess we met on Twitch. I don't know. Yeah. And I was having one of my days. I have a lot of the days where I'm just like, I have a life. Because obviously I'm a work in progress. So I'm like, I don't know if I should do this anymore. Every time I think I don't want to do this anymore, God is like, no, here's an example of why this is for you.
Yeah.
Literally. And I'm not even like, it's really scary. But he hit me up and he said something positive to me. And then I said, I really needed that today. It was really random. It's not like a close, like, this is somebody I just talked to on Instagram. Like, he'll respond to my stuff. He's like, he's a big fan. I'm like, that's weird. I don't know. Fan is a weird word. But
embrace
he's like, no,
embrace it.
It's weird. But he was like, no, like, seriously, I have a friend named insert DJ, Twitch DJ, female Twitch DJ, who I had no idea was watching me in that way. And he was like, every time she wants to give up, she thinks about you and how you do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. So I actually had to I read that every so often because it's that actually helped me to go. So now I'm going to cry.
Yeah. It's okay if you do. It's okay if you do. Mark Guardian is one of those people who does that for me. He will send me a random message. And I know he's in the chat right now. And he's probably thinking, sis, don't do this. I'm going to do it anyways, right? There's those people that I've met on Twitch, and you talked about it earlier. I have people in my real life. I would not rely on them to save me, but there's people on Twitch, some I've never even met in person yet, and they have literally, I got a message yesterday, and the voice note that came through was that their spirit told them to reach out to me over the last week. That's why they've been sending me messages. I'm not going to say who it is, but I mean, when I listened to that voice note, I literally broke into tears. This person doesn't know me. They haven't lived my life. They've only known me for the period of the 3 years, not even the whole 3 years of my Twitch journey, right? So when you're talking about this, it's so important. Like, these words that we get from people. I get messages after I do every single one of these conversations, after every single one, every single time I do these raids. When I paused, I didn't know if I wanted to come back. Mike Guardian put my ass in check to make sure, you need to, right?
You have to have one of those people.
Yeah. But we don't realize it, right? DJ Gritty, there are a lot of male DJs who really support and embrace. Yeah.
Gritty, yes.
Yeah.
That was one of the things, the first DJ, well, the second DJ I mentioned, I don't remember what order. The one that said plays in Harlem, Show and Tell. When I first said I wanted to, he got super excited. He was like, he just met me that night. He was like, that's exciting. He was like, there's not enough female DJs. We need more of them.
Yeah.
And that's going to be good. This is before, this is before he showed me how to play initially, right? So there are people who care. And like you said, like all the people who are like in my corner on a regular basis in regards to the Twitch and DJ world are not people I knew in my real life beforehand.
Yeah.
All of them. A lot of them have become like close friends. Some, it's not a lot. Some of them have become close friends. Some are cool friends, but people that really support me regardless.
Yeah.
Like I told you, this chair.
You never know who's looking at you for motivation. You keep showing your pajama bottoms there.
I look pregnant though. Like
don't worry about that.
Sorry, I'm not pregnant, guys. I wasn't Sorry, it just the way I sat back because I wanted to make a point. This chair I'm sitting on came from somebody I met from Twitch.
Yeah.
Just to shout out to Riri Joe Grind. She just sent me the chair last year when she saw I had no regular chair back here. She was like, "What do you mean you only have your dining room chair?" I'm like, "That's what I stream with." What's your address? that's my sis. Like I've been to her house, like she be cooking. Her and her partner, they like sell food and stuff in the Brooklyn area. Just, small plug. But yeah. People Twitch brought a different type of support that I'm not used to from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Shouts to YoJD, because she's like my emotional support, not just my Twitch friend support. And she's been like that since before we like really became friends. She would be like, "What's wrong?" She's a very straightforward person. Also God brought a lot of straightforward people into my life through Twitch. Lady M, YoJD, Stout, all straightforward people. In my life that like won't let me talk down about myself. I've been allowed to talk down about myself for my whole life until now. So just to give I had a couple friends that I met in my adulthood that were like that, but I was very insecure. Not in a way that I would do like toxic things, but maybe I guess saying something chocolate. But like some people like they're insecure and therefore they become mean people. I just was quiet and shy because of it.
Yeah.
So
they always say that people come into your life at the right times for the right reasons. And sometimes, and I'm learning this in real time actually, that sometimes those people come into your life and although you think it's for a certain reason, there's a whole other reason why they've come into your life. And sometimes those reasons are not always positive, but there's a lesson to be learned. I'm still going through that process because when everybody comes into my life, I'm just like, oh, happy, joy. And then you get that, that throat punch or that kick in the shin. And you like, didn't expect that coming. But there is a lesson on the other side of it. But to get through the journey to the other side it's never easy, but I'm learning as I'm getting older, it's necessary. There's something better on the other side.
Yep.
Even if the better is ugly, there is something better on the other side.
You have to learn. Sometimes you learn yourself too through those people.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have conflict with people that aren't there to be bad, but they just, you have to also have that happen. I'm one of those people who used to avoid conflict. I've become more of like a more vocal at times, which has always ended up in me going back and forth with people because it's a sad, and then a Sag comes out and I'd be feeling bad. I'd be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be a Sagittarius. I was trying to be good.
But you know what I was saying was right though. That's usually that usually comes in there somewhere. Like I'm just like I'm apologizing, but let's.
I'm gonna say that too loud, but yeah.
What I said was wrong. I just maybe the delivery should have been better.
That happened. Happened.
Oh yeah.
Well, it happened where like it was a falling out that actually ended without a friendship at the end. So wow. But they deserved it in my opinion. They deserved what came out of my mouth. Maybe a little bit more, not in the exact way, but everything I didn't take back anything I said. So.
It's out there. Even if you try to take it back, it's out there. It's been heard. It's been absorbed. It's been processed.
It was also via text, and I was like, if I text and I don't apologize, it's a problem. Cause I don't mind if you sometimes you text something you don't mean it to sound a certain way, so then you apologize because you didn't mean for it to start. The
tone of it sounds different if you were saying it. The voice, yeah.
I reread what I said and I was like, no, I meant it. I don't get like that too often, but sometimes I'm human.
Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to.
But I don't do it a lot because I really don't like conflict. It bothers me, especially if it's something that can't be resolved. It bothers me. I get very upset about it and cry.
I always want to.
I'm a baby.
I think it's important to, and I know you can't always get that either, but I always want that explanation. And it doesn't mean it changes anything. But at least it gives you the opportunity to learn what went wrong so you can figure out how to learn from that for the next scenario.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Everything
I
is
want
a
to know
learning
the lip gloss
process.
color because that lip gloss color is looking like fire over there. So you need to send that
Yeah.
later.
It's called Morph, and I actually use their when I attempt to do makeup. I'm not the best at
Is
makeup.
that CoverGirl?
No, Morph is it's some brand. I don't know. I use their spray usually, the finishing spray, but I saw this at TJ Maxx. I need some lip gloss the other day. I was out here looking like Ashley Larry, so I said, let me go ahead.
Ashley Larry. I
No,
hope
not
there's
Ashley
no
Larry.
Larrys in the chat. Sorry if there are.
Oh, it's called Sweet Tea. No, not Ashley Larry. What was the crackhead's name in the Chappelle show that could lift up a bus for a quarter? That's what I was looking like. You'd be like this. Yeah, I was looking.
That
I was looking
visual
like him.
is never gonna leave me. So I need to touch on this. We cannot go all this time and we don't
Yes,
talk
Tyrone
about
Biggums.
Tyrone Biggums.
Yeah.
We need to go there, Soph.
Okay.
Britney Spears. And go.
I don't. Okay, so hear me out. So like, I don't hear Britney enough, and I get so excited when I hear Britney played because she's a legend. Whether people want to like believe it or not, she's a legend. Like she's a pop legend. The only reason why people don't deal with her is because of her mental health.
Yeah. Because people don't want to deal with it again. To that point, right? Like Britney Spears.
People rather laugh at her. Like what would like like Britney? First of all, she beat Justin Timberlake at Star Search when she was a kid. Because I was one of those people who used to watch.
Oh, you going back that far? Okay.
Before they went onto the I had a lot of time to watch. I watched a lot of VH1 stuff when I was a kid. I was obsessed with Michael Jackson. It was kind of sickening. Her so her voice, right? Do anybody remember in Making the Band when they had the guys group coming? I think it was Making the Band 3. And there was an episode where the girls had to come. Danity Kane came in and had to sing for them. And Shannon, who I never thought, because I forgot how she auditioned initially. So I didn't remember what her voice sounded like, but she would sound like this when she sings. And Diddy said, no, take that sexy voice off, sing for real. And she sang. And that kind of was an eye-opening because Britney's voice was better in the beginning, but they started to give her that sexy pop voice.
Yeah.
And first of all, that's going to mess up your vocal cords. And also, it's just like, now that's all you're known for.
Yeah.
And so that's what I thought about. Because I remember watching, and actually I tend to go down the YouTube rabbit hole, and I watched, like, how did Britney's voice change over the years one day randomly? Because I didn't even realize how big of a Britney fan I was until the pandemic. Same with Beyonce. I never considered myself a Beehive member. And then I watched Homecoming, and it was like,
Homecoming was fire. I was actually impressed.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
But she is amazing. She just has a cult following. Yeah. That's the thing. People don't like her cult following.
I'm not paying that kind of money for her concert. It's okay. I'll wait till it shows up on
Listen, let me not even talk people's business. I know people who spent some money. People who got money, though. That spent some money.
I respect what she does, but she's not that artist that I would take mortgage money. Actually, no artist out there I'd take mortgage money for. But she's... Yeah, as you talk about the cult following, I completely hear you on that. Like, she's good. Is she the best out there? She's being marketed as the best out there.
From performance or from vocals? So she's up there.
She's up there. Yeah,
vocally, she is. A lot of people say her voice isn't good. I'm like, she has range. She might not be the best. I mean, obviously, she's not the best. But for vocal and performance, she's the best to me. She's up there with Michael Jackson. She's one of the few that could really go on stage and command the audience.
Yeah. And I mean, Apple Blossom, you nailed it, right? Perfectionist.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you have that kind of gene in you, we'll go with that, right? Mm-hmm. It means that you are always like, and she's done some of those behind the scenes where you hear and see what she's putting herself through because she's not happy with her performance. And you'll see it and you're just like, it
look good to me.
Right? Yeah, right.
So you want to see me get up on stage and perform? Kelly has a slightly better voice.
Yeah.
Kelly was one of the main vocalists in the beginning. Kelly was one of the main vocalists in the beginning for Destiny's Child. Mm-hmm. I think it was equal, but Beyonce, colorism plays a part.
I was gonna say it. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to. Yep, colorism.
Oh, you want to see me get into colorism talk? No, we're not gonna do that today.
No.
But yes.
No.
But yes, colorism.
Colorism.
I mean, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I have colorism in my own family, like my own blood. I have it, right? And it's just, and I don't think I realized it until, you know, you hear the stories and you're growing up, you're just like that can't be real. And as you become an adult, you start to really learn and be like, oh, so that's why we couldn't, or that's why and this is why, and the family's here and the family's there, and yeah.
I mean, I've been the dark skinned friend for other lighter friends. You know, I'm not light skinned. The lighting might make me look a little bit brighter because I have warm undertones, but I'm dark skinned, and I have a light skinned friend. She's pretty, of course. You know, she's pretty. I thankfully have a lot of pretty friends. Not that I believe anybody's ugly, but you know, I have very pretty friends. But I have seen how we get approached.
There's a difference.
That didn't help. That never helped my sense of worth when I was younger. I don't care now because I'm older.
Yeah.
I think as you get older, also that stuff can change in general.
It can change. Not as it shapes you. It definitely shapes you. Yeah.
But yeah, Beyonce, it's colorism. That's what, and her parents being in charge. Put those two together, and you got Beyonce's the lead singer, and the blonde hair.
I mean, she's marketing herself.
Like, yeah.
No disrespect.
I love Beyonce.
In the chat, Nick, you know, don't come for us. But we're.
I'm going blonde soon.
Huh?
Fine. I'm about to go blonde. I'm getting different color wigs, so I can have a different color wig every time.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna be blonde. I don't want to be like blonde. You know, like you see some people and they blonde and it just looks scary. I'm not trying to be that kind of blonde. Yeah, no.
Yeah. It looks like they were scared blonde. Like their hair turned as a result of, yeah, no. I think the colorism thing, being a female, there's a whole path around that. That is definitely a conversation.
Yes. And it's nothing wrong with being light skinned, by the way. Because, you know, sometimes people do get a feel away if you're light skinned, and I'm like, the colorism comes up, but I'm like, no, like, it's not to say you're bad for being light skinned, but you'll have to understand what's happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Like what's happening to your darker counterparts.
Yeah.
And it's okay to acknowledge it and still love yourself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that gets into the whole bleaching thing, right? Like, I mean, there's a chunk of my family that's, I always say, you know, fair skin, light skin, whatever, right? And then there's a chunk of my family that's not. And there's a chunk of my family that wouldn't accept. I mean, my dad was dark skinned. I have sisters who are dark skinned. And I was okay to go to the family party, but my sister and my dad couldn't because they were a couple shades too dark. Like that kind of intimate family. Like,
that's scary.
And as a kid, you don't really realize it, right? But as you keep growing up and you notice, and like to your point, like I get my complexion, I'm not always appreciative of it because I start to question that same colorism from the fact that I am lighter skinned than others, and because I've seen it in my family, right? But you get to a point as an adult, I'm just like just at the end of the day, I'm a Black woman.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether I'm light skinned, dark skinned, blick, blue, pink, whatever you want to call me, yellow. I'm a Black woman. I get up every day and I look in that mirror and I don't have a choice. I don't. And
you embrace your natural hair too. So you add that onto it.
Oh yeah. When I was locking my hair, that was a problem. I have 7 uncles from Rastafarian. My mother's on the fair skin side of the family, so she did not approve of me doing locks. And I made sure I held strong. 10 years. I had my locks down. I shaved it off. And I worked
locks. I need my hair.
Embraced me. I didn't have to worry about I was sitting at tables with CEOs and CIOs, but they have this mentality about the locks, about the color of your skin, about being a woman. There's all these layers, right?
It's interesting with the hair thing too, because so New York and California passed the Crown Bill. I think that's what it's called, where basically you can't be discriminated against by your hair. But I have to say, I'm very open about my hair. I'm very open about my hair.
What is under that? I didn't know. I didn't know if that was one of those questions.
No, it's kidding. So last year I had my hair shaved on the side. Actually, I had it for almost a year and a half. Shaved on the sides. That was called my patchy hair, but with the hair on top. And I was doing the braids or just my hair out. Then I decided to try doing wigs. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my hair. And I haven't stopped. This is the longest I've ever worn wigs. I'm not really a wig person. I don't have patience. That's why I'll do I either do a headband or a bang. Yeah. I have one lace wig, and that thing was looking crazy. I don't like looking like I have 2 scalps. That's not cute. Oh. So I was like, this is not cute. I don't want this no more. So I haven't even used that wig in a while. But I've been doing it because also my hair falls out. So my hair grows out, then it thins out because I'm anemic and vitamin D deficient.
Yeah.
And God knows what else. So this side thins out. So in 2021, when I first started streaming, I had a full head of hair. And then it started to like thin out and get really crazy looking. So I cut it. And I cut it more because I wanted to do the shaved look on the side. And then growing that out was a nightmare. So I just kept shaving it. And now I'm technically growing out until I decide what I want to do next.
And I just shaved down my sides just because I was bored.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm bored. Shave it down.
Well, there's also, I've had my hair very short. I had it all kinds of, I do it whatever because I'm not afraid to come
comfortable.
Here. Yeah.
That's a powerful trait. A lot of people do not have that comfort, right? They'll hide behind the weaves or the wigs because they don't want to embrace. And I'm not saying everybody has to go out there and get natural hair. That's just not, like, just be happy with whatever you have, however you look, what your appearance is, right? It doesn't mean you can't enhance yourself, but you don't have to recreate your appearance to look like somebody totally different. And I think a lot of social media does that, right?
Yeah.
Making us feel like we're always supposed to be flawless.
And that's not true. Yeah, it's whatchamacallit, like with filters and stuff too. Like I know people who only post pictures of filters. I'm like, that's a lot. Like you don't look like that in real life, sorry. They still look nice in real life, but they just don't look like that. Like your nose is not that narrow.
No, but everybody, I mean, you see the YouTube videos, right? Everybody's doing that. Oh, and you have to contour here and you put this mark here and you
I say it's anti-black.
Size, right? I'm just like, yeah, no.
It's anti-black to me to have my nose narrow.
Yeah. My nose is my nose.
I like my wide nose.
You know, we got our lips. Our lips are our lips. You got everybody injecting stuff for theirs. Yeah. Natural. It is what it is. Yeah.
Granted, if people want to do it, they can. I also say they can do whatever they want.
I'm not knocking anybody, but
at the same time,
do it for the right reasons, right? Like if you're doing it because you're trying to look like somebody else, because you feel that that's going to get you what you need or whatever it is, like make sure it's a part of that healing. Like back to your healing conversation, right? Like as you learn who you are as an individual and you're going through whatever your healing journey is, and your healing doesn't have to mean that you've gone through something traumatic. Right. You're still healing all the time and getting better at who you are, right? Just do it for the right reasons. Like if you're doing it because you want to get the man or because I'm seeing men out there getting their head sprayed and all kind of glued this and whatever else. And, you have DJ Raga talking about he trying to hide his locks underneath his hair.
Wait, what? Wait.
I'm just gonna go there. I don't know. Last time I saw a picture of DJ Raga, I'm pretty sure there was no hair there. So I guess
I'm dead.
But yeah, there's people out there who just they're so caught up with social media and this perfection, this appearance of perfection. And those are the ones I say are really, really lost because they don't even know how to find their way to who they actually are.
Yeah, social media has been made it. There was always a pressure. That's what I'm looking for, and pressure to basically look a certain way. That's always been a thing. Like there was like the thin point. People want to be thick, thin, and now everybody's going to be thick, with the same shape. And it's like everybody looks the same. I'm like, everybody can't look the same. God didn't make everybody that way. It's okay to embrace. There's also like ways to dress, like if you based on your body shape. So if you're worried about like, oh, this won't look good, like find ways to be comfortable if you want to, obviously.
Yeah. It doesn't mean you have to be slim, right? Like you should be comfortable in whatever size you are, in whatever appearance you have.
Yeah.
Be an individual instead of trying to be a part of the groupings, right? So I'm just looking at the time. I'm going through my list of things. I think I covered a lot of what I wanted to talk about. We did have some questions, but we did address those throughout our conversation. Are you okay to go a few minutes more and then we can wrap up?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Your DJ career going forward. Let's talk about it.
Well, I think it's moving. I do still stream on Twitch. I do Tuesdays mainly. I didn't do it yesterday. But I do Tuesdays mainly. I'm not on Rainy Rays at the moment for now. I kind of wanted to see if I can just get myself to doing my own stream and not relying on Rays. Which is, we did talk about this. Like it's a little hard because I play a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And when so algorithms are a thing on Twitch because there was a point in time where I didn't want to be on Twitch and I was trying to find my way out of the Caribbean side for a little bit because it was just a hot mess at one point. It was kind of good. It was like
Still a hot mess. Just saying.
It is. I just don't. I'm not involved in, like I was then, so I'm kind of like oblivious to a lot. But at the time, I was in it, and I was like, no, I need to go where I don't find people. So I would look at the suggested. It was suggested people were people within the same area.
Yeah.
I had to like go and look, but I do play like a little bit of everything. So I've noticed like if I play hip hop mainly, it could be a little bit tough with numbers. If I play like soca and dance hall, it might be okay. R&B might be okay too. Once you get to the hip hop, it's tough. Or even the techno, it's like
techno, house. It's like you're expected to stay in like Afrobeat, soca, reggae, dance hall.
And I refuse.
You leave those four. It's like, well, your numbers are to be impacted. And I know that from what I've seen about you, you're not a person about numbers.
No. I mean, I do see it, and I do feel discouraged at times. I will be honest. I'm honest about that.
Thank you for being honest about that. A lot of people don't want to.
It's very discouraging when you like, where's everybody? Yeah. Hi, you guys. I thought you guys were gonna come. You guys don't want to come and talk to me, okay? It sucks. It does suck, especially when it's been declining. But I've also realized that like for me, it's not only Twitch, so I'm like doing both. And unless I do like another show at a different time, which it is timing sometimes too. Like me and Smiles, we play at the same time on Tuesday. So two times he wanted to raid me. I already raided him.
Yeah.
Because like, there's a lot of people on at the same time.
Girl, do it. You still attract people over time. Yeah.
True. I'm gonna continue my Tuesdays. It's only throwback, so it's not music that people don't like in general. It's just depending on the genre and the day. It could be up and down.
I'd say promoting it more too, right? Putting it out there more.
Instagram is a hater though.
Because the notifications are usually a problem.
Yes, they are. I've actually had people tell me they don't get notifications from me.
I get all the time. And for me now, I'm at a point I'm just like, I can't, like, I'm pumping it on Instagram. I don't know how many, like, if you guys are not putting the reminder in your calendars, short of me calling every single one of you, I am now live. I'm not doing that. So,
I know people who do that, which is smart. Like they post it to, like they send to everybody. I don't.
No, I'm not doing that.
I always say it's smart, but I can't.
Will be here. Who's not here? They're just not here.
I will say Instagram is a hater because they want you to pay to promote your stuff. So a lot of times we think people see our posts and they don't see it. People don't see your post. I remember YoJD posted a mix. The only reason why I saw it is because somebody else reposted it on their Instagram story.
Yeah.
And she and I, she's like one of my number one people that watches my stuff. And I assume I'm probably one of the number one people that see her stuff. Didn't see it on my timeline ever. I had to go through the post to get to her thing. Because when it comes to flyers, so one of the ways that I've learned to bypass it, but I don't take a lot of pictures of myself anymore, is to post a snipe and a selfie, like a full body picture, and then on the next slide, the flyer. Because if you don't do that, you're going to get like 10 likes. Not because people don't care, but people don't see it. Instagram is purposely doing that so you can spend money.
Interesting.
I play?
Like the post there. Apple Blossom, thank you for putting it in the comment for me as well. Do you play a musical instrument?
I don't. I used to do piano lessons when I was younger. I actually was able to play. I didn't play it a lot, but I can play drums by ear a little bit.
You mentioned that earlier, yeah.
My friend, I remember we went to the music store, went to Guitar Center in Manhattan, and I just got on the drums and started like doing. She was like, "You know how to play drums?" I'm like, "No, I just hear the beat. Like I just hear it."
Yeah.
I played the recorder in third grade. No, I'm joking. That was part of the curriculum. We had to play recorder in third grade. That's still an instrument, right?
Yeah, I remember when my daughter came up with the recorder. I'm thinking now I understand why my sisters hated me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
I found mine one day. I was like, wow. The thing was dusty. But that's all I've ever played. I never played any other instrument. Piano. I had a keyboard here, so I would sometimes play, but that keyboard broke a long time ago.
I miss it. There's something therapeutic about playing I used to play the piano by ear. I hated it because I actually became theory. When I started getting to like grade 5, I'm like, this is no longer fun for me. Like it was never supposed to be like a lesson. It was just something I would hear a commercial on TV and I go to my little piano source and play. And then my mom eventually got me a piano and I loved it. until once you get theory behind some of these things, it kills the passion, right?
Yes.
Because now you're forcing me to be a certain way to play when I'm just playing because the creativity. Yeah.
Yep. I also sang for a long time. I was in choir, kids choir. Then I was in middle school choir, of course. Soprano. I was second soprano though. Yeah. My voice got deeper over years, but I was a second soprano. And then I did my high school choir. The church choir I was in from age 3 was a kids choir to youth choir. So we just stay there. And then I did choir in high school. We actually sang at Carnegie Hall. They sang in Italy. I didn't go to Italy for that. And I was mad. After I graduated, they went to the London Olympics. So I'm still mad about that because I'm like, I would have loved to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we also competed in Disney World. So that was kind of cool. And we won the gospel. We didn't win the other choir stuff because some school from Texas came with their whole choir. We only had like a fraction of our choir. They came with their whole choir and their whole orchestra. And I was like, you know what?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They did the London Olympics. I was so mad. The Olympics is the only sporting event I care about. I don't even watch the sports during the time that they're out. I wait until the Olympics to watch handball and water polo. I don't watch it during the year. I just watch for the Olympics. That's when I become a true sports fan for like 5 seconds.
In the chat, do you guys have any more questions? I might have 1 or 2 more, and then I'm just looking at the time. I know you have your bedtime, so I want to make sure that I honor that.
Yeah, I was a Sister. Oh, Sister Act is one of my favorite movies, and I have an unpopular opinion that the first movie was better than the second. I stand by it. Heavy. Funnier, I should say. Better storyline and funnier.
Yeah, but isn't that usually how it goes though? They hit it out the park with the first one, and then they wanna build on it. Sometimes don't build on it; just leave it the way it is.
No, the second one, my friends think is better. But I don't. I like the music, but storyline was like, I don't know.
It was just okay.
It was good. The storyline is not as good as the first, and it's not as funny either to me.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
Do you have anything else that you want to share?
I don't know. I feel like the DJ life. Oh, you asked me what I want to do with my DJ life in the future.
Yeah.
I want to keep building. I think I'm giving myself 5 years to decide if I want to be a full-time DJ.
Would you consider it?
I'm already considering it.
Yeah.
But I need to make sure that I'm consistent enough, which I think I am. Getting gigs and figuring out how to build the business side, because that's ultimately the important part, is building the business. I mean, obviously you build skill, but build business. And my goal is to also become a turntablist.
Yeah.
Preferably ultimately vinyl, but that's just for fun.
I'm telling you, outside. You go vinyl. I'm struggling with the controller. Honestly, like I love it. It's fun. It's cute. But I learned to play on Technique 1200s, and there's something about learning to play on that, to go from that to a controller. Like I've talked to other DJs about that, and there's definitely a difference, right? Like definitely a difference. But
I want to be like a scratch DJ, but I would love to do that. That's not like, so there's like, I have 2 goals. I was telling somebody the other day. I have professional goal, and then I have skill goal. Skill is scratch DJ. I mean, obviously basic scratching, I'm already practicing that, but like scratching like on turntables is like a skill goal for me. I don't necessarily need to do that professionally, but I'd like to be that. I want to be capable of that, and I'll be capable of playing on vinyl comfortably or at all. Yeah. But comfortably and well. That is a skill goal. My professional goal is to be full-time and successful, whatever that looks like. Because there's different areas. There's weddings, there's corporate, there's which I'd love to get into the corporate world. And
I was gonna say, like, or you could be like a DJ at a regular venue.
I mean, that would work too. My biggest fear is promoters, but
that's really like the side hustle, I guess, right?
Yeah, promoters scare me a little bit because I don't play with my money. So, like, if you're not paying me, you don't come pay me. That's a problem.
DJ, they're gonna try.
And I'm riding the car with you home until we get the money in my pocket.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I've never paid for. The only time I worked for free was when I was an intern, at the Maury show. That's it. Never after that. Even my other internship, I at least got paid $10 a day. So
yeah,
I'm never going to work for free. Unless it's
Wow.
Twitch, because I've basically done that before on Twitch, because, you know.
yeah. Twitch is Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it by Gabby. Good question. How often do you practice?
Not as much as I should. Weekly for sure. I get this question from S.Stout. Did you practice? Did you download?
Do you replay your? Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Do you replay your streams?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever I can, because again, I do other genres. So once we get to the R&B, the hip hop, it gets very hard. Even some soca is now getting muted. So listening back is hard. I don't record them. Sorry, we have a house phone still. That's the house phone.
I was just like, what is that foreign object I'm hearing right now? Do you need to go get that?
No, I don't answer that phone. That's not mine. Okay, sorry. It's the person I live with. It's her phone. She already answered. Yeah, they did mess with I did see the Clark Sisters movie. Promoters I mean, I know some good promoters. Actually, I'm friends with a promoter who wants to work with me. He's a Haitian promoter, so I'm like, I would love to get into the Haitian world, except I don't play compas. I don't know how I really would fit in, but his parties are lit. He's also my neighbor, so it's like, hey, don't forget about me. Knock, knock. But yeah, I would like to go into, I like the private events. I find it more personalized. I like to personalize to each person, but I would love to do fets. I would love to be on the stage. I have technically been on a stage. So shout out to DJ Guardian. He had me play his wet fet last year in Tampa. Excuse me, sorry. Did not mean to burp on camera. That's sorry.
Don't worry about that. We family here. We family. We all right. We all right.
But he had me play in Tampa his wet fet, and they were kind of shocked because at that point I was only a year into learning, and they felt like they were very honest and said like I didn't sound like I've been a year in, so that made me feel good. They're like, you said you play like you've been playing for a little while now, and I'm like,
that's good. That's
good.
But Gigi doesn't even know her house line number and it's unplugged. Yeah, so you know that voicemail is full right now with Daniel from Amazon and whoever wants to clean your air ducts. I don't know. We get those calls here. Daniel from Amazon is always calling me. Some automated recording.
Clearing your air ducts.
Someone is always calling my phone, telling me my mobile, telling me that they want to come and clean my air ducts. I'm like, I don't have air ducts for you to clean. Go away.
We get the police people calling. They'd be like, can you please donate some money for the police department? I'm like, don't y'all get paid? But y'all get paid a lot.
Yeah.
In my city, you start off because I was going to become an officer. If I didn't get the credit union job many years ago, I was actually going to take the test. And I'm like, y'all get paid X amount of dollars, and then in 6 years, y'all get paid double.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you work hard if you're like, working overnight and stuff or doing overtime. But my gosh, no, don't call us for money. Absolutely not. I need some money. Let me get $1. You want $1 real quick. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to continue to grow the business side. I also I'm creating the LLC this year by end of summer, most likely. But I definitely want to get into like the corporate and I did a birthday party Sunday. Friday, I was with one of my mentors. So I was just like playing on his set. He was at the bar and I just started playing. But I have that, and I have a couple things in the pipeline for June. I have a graduation party coming up. So, and then a couple other things in the pipeline, which to be TBA because I have not gotten down payments yet or deposits. So until the deposit comes in, it don't exist.
Without the money, it don't exactly. Yep.
But I had my first wedding. It was very informal, so very different. But it was like, and that was one of the things with the Female DJ Association. She gave us like questions to ask, like an actual form to give the couple to fill out and say, who is your maids of honor? In what order will they be coming out? Like your bridesmaids or groomsmen or whatever. What songs do you want to play at what time? A whole schedule. So It was extremely organized. Like I had all of that emailed to the person. They were so informal that they didn't have any of that stuff. It was just me playing music. But I was prepared in the event that I need to make announcements and do anything extra.
Yeah.
And it felt good. I don't know. I like that. I don't like organizing too much, but I like that. Yo JD knows when she and I did our raids together, like we put together raids, I'm not an organizer. She is. So for me to enjoy organizing is very strange. That's how I know it's for me.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. I do want to do fests and parties, and I'm working on that. But I do like the private side as well, and corporate. I am working on that. Corporate.
Yeah. Corporate is it.
I'm working on it. TBA.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be very nice to be into the corporate world, because once you get into corporate, you're like, I mean, they're also like, businesses are not going to screw you over with money, most likely, especially if they're larger businesses, like larger companies. Yep. Like they're going, I'll go and I'll post if things ever happen.
Yeah.
The invoice, I did my first invoice the other day. So yeah. Just waiting for things, but I know I have the grade. I just don't want to say anything officially until I know for sure. So once I get into corporate, I'm going to be very happy with that. But I like to do being able to be for whoever's hiring me, I get to change what I'm doing for that. And it doesn't I don't get bored from that. I don't like getting bored. That's the thing. Getting into corporate is like getting a government job, reliable money. I mean, it's reliable if it's a large company, especially.
Yeah.
Like they have no reason to shortchange you. It's not their personal money.
It is a challenge to get in, though. I know that I've dealt with it in my world where, there's DJs that actually a DJ on Twitch, and one of the companies I worked at, we had used him a couple of times, and then we couldn't use him anymore because we had to start putting in some formal paperwork and insurance and liability and all that kind of stuff. So, for those entrepreneurs out there, make sure that you have your documentation solid, because you miss out on those corporate opportunities.
Yeah.
You have your insurance and liability that says that you are established to that level and you're paying money out. But think about it. That money is coming in to pay for it, right? So, yeah.
That's why, I'm looking to do, I'm looking to get into my Chamber of Commerce with my city. That's once I get the LLC done. But yeah, the official paper is what basically I was told was we need a W-9, and we need, which is like your official for tax purposes.
Yeah.
And we need your, so I'm doing it under as a DBA at this point, basically. But, I'm sorry, I'm getting into banking terms, but I'm doing all of that that way. But when you have an LLC, you can at least get your tax write-offs, whatever expenses you have.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing, like the blue check thing, which some people don't like that I have.
Yeah.
Some people are mad about that. I don't care. But people are mad about, I could write that off at the end of the year. So yeah, I might pay $10 a month, but guess what? The government's giving me my money back. So
yeah.
And I have my account is protected. I do recommend the blue check for anybody who wants to protect their business.
I've thought about it.
It doesn't. People are judgy about it because I had someone hit me up and was like, "You really paying for your check?" I'm like, people have paid thousands of dollars to get Instagram to give them a blue check in the past. This is nothing. Number one. Number two, my page is protected now. Someone had to convince me of that because I didn't believe. I actually was one of those people. I was like, I ain't paying for that. But it's worth it if you're trying to build your business and keep it protected. I mean, what's his name? JBM Neutron got his account hacked. He's a big soca artist.
Yeah.
I'm a little DJ. I'm not little. I'm a DJ. And guess what? I could have that happen to me too. Someone could clone my account. My old choir director got his account cloned.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
It happens all the time. I get notices all the time. Don't follow so-and-so because it's not the same. Or I get a new notification. It's like, I'm already following this person. And then I realize that that's a fake account.
And I could easily just go to Instagram right now and be like, I just saw this. Someone told me they saw this account, and they will be able to shut it down without me having to wait months and months for a response.
Yeah.
I'm good. You still have goals.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Gigi. Is it Gigi or Gigi? Because I know Stretch says good. Okay. Which one is it though?
You're allowed to say both.
Is it Gigi though?
I'm staying neutral. I gotta support both of my people. I'm
I'm
not getting in
dead.
the middle of them today because I did it on screen the other day and I said both, and I'm just like, no, they're not coming for me, and I know they're not here to come for me, but I don't care. They might watch this recording later and come for me.
I
So,
want to,
yeah. Hey, Joy Rain, welcome in.
I make sure.
Whether you say get it back, Giggy, or get it back, Gigi, you are politically correct. That's where we're going with this. Yes.
Hi, Joy Rain.
Yeah. I know you laughing, Giggy, because I'm just like, yo, I'm not.
That's how I feel about my name, because like people. So there's like, okay, there's people who knew me as Soph Thee Sage, and I don't feel weird when they say my name, but there's people who didn't know me at that name, because I haven't had that name since I started streaming. Before I started streaming, I changed it to Sage, right, like a week before.
Yeah.
In 2021. And then there's people who like are confused because some people, I ain't gonna say no names of DJs, but some people still say Sage and will not say Sage. No matter how much I tell them, hey, I changed my name 2 years ago. And that confuses people. Especially when it's like a larger DJ whose name I won't name, to be saying it real conviction.
Yeah.
So I'd be like,
they're set in their ways.
And I'm like, you know what?
They're definitely set in their ways.
As long as people understand that I'm me, it's all that matters, ultimately, to be honest. I don't get upset. As long as you're not calling me the B word or nothing out of my name that would be offensive, I'm really okay.
Yeah. I hear you on that. So I'm looking at time.
Mm-hmm.
One butt cheek of mine is slowly going numb.
That's hilarious.
So I'm pretty sure that there's a break that needs to happen. But I was gonna figure, looking at the time, I think we've crossed over the 2 hour mark.
Okay.
I think we could probably do another one of these sessions.
I think so.
To some more as you continue to build. The stage sounds better to me on your DJ name. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you. I want to be a DJ that
comment again, right? I really just want to come back to that. With your depression, you still have goals, and you push forward. God's got you. Don't give up. Thank you for sharing you. I think that's the message that we all need to hear. And I really, Soph, I know that we didn't even get into the meat of what we probably could have been talking about, but I love the fact that you felt it was a safe space to share your testimony here.
Thank you. I just learned that okay. Fun fact, everybody, if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm all over the place. Like when I talk, I go from one extreme to the next. So coming back to the middle, but I was making a point earlier about the church thing, and the point was, I guess I made the point, but I want to make it again. Like, sometimes you do have to share a testimony. A lot of people are scared. One of the things that people hate about the church, I hate about the church, that's what I'm going. People hide their truth a lot because they're not going to say it. A lot of people take it as them being sneaky, and in some cases maybe, but a lot of times people are just ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't be everyone has a journey. Not everything needs to be shared, obviously, because sometimes when you do share stuff, you have to obviously you need to have some kind of control, feeling boundary, but also whatever you do share, you have to be standing firm in that as well, in what you're sharing, in the fact that you're sharing it. But if you hide every little thing, especially things that can help somebody, you don't know what you can learn too. And you don't know there's power in testimony, even in telling it. So
there is.
That's right. That's why I would, I have a friend who's in therapy, and I think part of it was because I shared that with a group chat that I gotta go back to, that I left. I left all my group chats. I'm kind of terrible. All of my group chats.
Yeah, but I think and I'm not trying to exclude anybody in this conversation if there's anybody who is non-color, but as a Black community, we have been taught and raised that you keep your business indoors. You don't talk about it on the street. You don't go to therapy. You are frowned upon.
Mm-hmm.
Talk your business outside of the house. Auntie so-and-so don't need to know that that's what is going on. However, mom and auntie so-and-so can sit in the room and gossip about it, but they're not taking that to the street. And that's how we've been, generationally, that's how we've been raised. Right?
And it's hurt a lot of our families too.
Yeah.
It hurts the family.
Because there's some pretty, so there's some pretty shitty stuff that happens in our families, and we don't talk about it. And we don't understand that those same things we're not talking about has created the adults that are now walking around doing what they're doing because they have traumatic experiences that they've never healed over, they've never dealt with, and they don't know how to. and then they're having kids, and those kids are going in the same path. They don't know how to nurture and love those kids through anything because they were never and it's not that our parents were horrible.
No, they don't. They just didn't know better.
They don't know
or
better.
And
some
also
of them
wasn't
want to know better. Like, some have done the work, some have learned and realized the error of their ways, and they're trying to do better. And others are just still stuck in that same culture. Like, they're not interested. It doesn't matter what background you are. It just seems to be, and I'm going to say a West Indian, but I know I have American families that have the same mentality, right?
It's an old fashioned. It's like an old school way. I mean, granted, yes. Well, what Scorpion's asking, we shouldn't do that anymore. I would say, obviously, there's some you don't bail yourself out, right? I didn't give y'all the whole story. I gave y'all as much of the story that I was comfortable giving.
You're comfortable sharing, yeah.
But at the same time, and the other part too, once I would probably help somebody as well, but I just don't. I'm not going to that. I'm not there. But the trigger. What are the triggers? I should say.
Yeah.
But I would say there is power, especially if you went through the hump already. Granted, in some cases, if you're going through it, sometimes sharing it can help somebody who can help you move in. You know, you could say, I feel insecure about this. Sorry, this is a wristband from a party I was at 2 days ago. I'm still there mentally.
Don't worry about that. I'm not joking.
I was at a fete. I need another
I saw the video.
And help. Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. That wasn't me. I deny. I be sorry, y'all. I be lying on Twitch. Confession time. I be lying. I be outside. When they say say Soph, I be that came from the morning show boat ride last year. I was on 100. Mr. Stretch and DJ Smiles. Actually, they met me that day, and in my head, I was like, "Damn, they probably think this girl's a hot mess." Anyway. That was a fun time.
Okay, you can redeem yourself the next time that everybody. Yeah,
I was a hot. Well, Roddy Hawk was there too, and but yeah, my point is, you ultimately sometimes sharing is okay. Keeping everything to yourself is not always a good thing.
No,
it's not always a good thing. You have to use discernment and think. Do you feel like sharing has helped you with your triggers? Gigi, I would say to an extent, yeah. I mean, I did a lot of my sharing when I was in my old church, because I used to lead not Bible study, but small group. So I would share there, but I wasn't getting the help outside of that. So it was more like Band-Aids being put. And sharing it recently really happened through YoJD, because she has been not adamant, but like, she does not let me get away with not being okay and not admitting it. She doesn't know that's what's happening, but that's like, when she asked me, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I should probably tell her. And I'm like, not because I feel like I'm forced to, because I feel like she cares. Not everybody really cares.
No.
And you have to use discernment in some cases. In this case, I don't mind sharing because I'm in the journey. I'm in the thick of it. I'm not like over it. I'm in the thick, but I'm not like at the worst. I'm not where I was even a year ago mentally.
It's progress, right? It's progress.
Yeah. Yes, there she goes, JD. She knows. She's like, be honest. Like, she's straight with me. I appreciate her all the time. God has really brought me some good people. So, yeah. Be open, but obviously, pick and choose. Like they say, pick and choose your battles. Pick and choose who you share with and what you share and when you share. Make sure it feels right, and if you feel right, stand firm in your sharing. Because in my case, I understand that I could share this, and then somebody gonna run and say, "I'm not saying y'all would do this," but there's a potential for somebody to run it back and say to somebody, "Did you hear this? Could you believe?" And I stand firm in my sharing it with that knowledge that could happen.
Yeah.
People talk. People last year when I was doing Raise, somebody hit me up and said, there's there's DJs that are cool with you talking bad about you being on raids.
Yeah.
I was like, DJs? I said, most DJs I know are veterans. Why they bother with little old me? So that's that. Thank you, YoJD. Don't make me cry. Please don't make me cry.
Thank you, Archie. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate everybody that's been here. I know it's It's a Wednesday night. The weather's gorgeous. The other DJs are on. All that stuff is happening. You're here and you're enjoying the conversation and you're having your own conversation in the conversation.
Yeah, thank you
I always
guys.
love that. There's times that I'm seeing what's going on in the chat and I'm not even engaging in that. I just always love the fact that there's a conversation that's happening amongst each other, right? It's dope. It's dope to know that we can still do that, even though you and I are here chatting away, just having our own good time.
Yeah. Sagies in conversation.
Sagies in conversations. It might have to become a thing because there's a few other Sagies that I know that I definitely want to have in conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, Scorpion. I had to come to that realization because that's another thing. I wasn't used to getting attention. I don't know. People don't know this about me. I was very much in the corner person. My whole personality has been like very much brought out in the last because of the people I've met, not just only like on the chat, but thank you. And yes, that's the right word. And I believe that's right because I even like I was always the person in all my relationships where I just stay in the corner. Like I go out with my friends, I stay in the corner. I have a couple friends that wouldn't allow that, but the majority okay with it. I stay quiet on Twitch because I'm a writer as well. I don't write regularly anymore, but I used to do blogging and stuff. I am comfortable writing. So especially in that time when I had nothing else going on, like I could be myself on paper, in the chats. And I guess that showed more than what I would be outside because usually I would hide some of that. And I do recognize that when people start to like you and have recognition that other people get a little weird. People get weird.
Yep.
People get weird.
Yep.
And I try not to be offended, but
you can't dim your light and you have to continue to blossom. As you said, and as others have said in the chat, right? Everything that you are doing from your testimony, continuing your DJ journey, I think there's so many areas in our life that we are nurturing and encouraging somebody else and we just don't know it, right? Like this in conversation, I want other people to start up their own channel and have in conversations as well, interviews or whatever their creative thought is, do it. I didn't plan to do this. Like this was never in my plan.
But you're good. You're really good at it.
Like really good. And I don't even feel like I am even there yet. I'm just feeling like I'm just still trying to put the pieces together, but I feel it. So I have to feel it. I have to listen to the feedback. So the same thing I bad you up for when you'll say, oh yeah, I missed that. Don't worry if you miss it. Nobody cares if you miss it. We're all here to enjoy you play the music, right? I remember when you started playing and I remember listening to you when you played. Like I have not even posted your clips yet. I pretty much have your entire stream last week Wednesday.
Oh, really?
On my phone. My phone was on Do Not Disturb screen record.
I was freaking out because my controller started acting stupid and I was like about to throw it out the window. Thank you.
Were solid. Like when I think about the fact that you did not DJ outside before the world of COVID, like, you know what I mean? Like there's other DJs that's been doing this for 10, 15, 20 years. You were solid, end to end solid.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a perfectionist, so I'm like, I'd want to be really good.
You good. And I'm not gassing you because, I'm supposed to gas you because I'll back up.
I know you would. That's right? Like your personality because you're like you straightforward. I'm like I like that.
Yeah. But no, you were solid. Last week Wednesday, I literally had tears in my eyes watching you, and I feel like I'm about to start crying just now.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Because it was something to sit there and witness you in my raid. Like I never planned to do a raid, and here you are. You went from being in doing your talk show to now being a DJ. And you're in the raid amongst all these other awesome women. Your stream was, and even when we came into there, you're like, hi, and I was like, look at her. I was like, there she is. Like you were glowing. You had an amazing stream. Amazing stream.
Thanks.
And now the question's gonna be on me. I'm gonna have to go dig up these clips that they're posting soon because I keep watching these clips and I'm just like, I am so proud. It's okay. I would hug you if I could.
Your hugs. I don't know how to do hug in sign language because I just feel like they don't do that in sign language. Cause I know how to clap in sign language. I did sign language in college. I learned random stuff.
But I told me shit show the other day, and I was just like, oh, that's the thing to learn. Yeah.
Yes. It's hard, it's hard because I know people tell me I have imposter syndrome. right? So like people tell me I'm good. I try to like tell myself, well, I guess I allow myself to tell myself, like, oh, they're just being nice. That's my mentality, which is terrible because that means you're a liar, but you're not a liar. But I'm just, like, I'm like, they're just being nice because, they, whatever. And I'm realizing, like, okay, people are not lying. If people, people do think I'm good. And I listen to stuff, like, I listened back, I did my last hip hop mix compared to my first hip hop mix, which I took off SoundCloud. That shit was oh my God, it was so bad. And
so you thought it was fire when you posted it, though.
I knew it wasn't perfect because it was literally a rough practice. So it was called rough practice mix. But I didn't like the difference. I was like, oof.
But isn't that awesome? Like, this is why I always tell DJs, like, I watch back my streams. I've made notes of things. I say a lot. Like, those little things you catch, you figure out how to perfect. But when I used to do vinyl, I used to record, and I remember breaking a needle and doing a mixtape on just one turntable. I thought that shit was the bomb. And about 3 weeks later, I made another tape, and I played that one, and I played the one before. But I used to think I was so awesome. So that progression, hearing your own progression. So even if you don't want to hear the words from us, and not that you think we're liars, but that self-doubt, hearing yourself, that progression for yourself, I think that's the biggest reward. Because then you don't need us telling you, you're hearing it and witnessing it for yourself. I'm really not going to cry because I'm ready to cry right now. But yeah.
I'm trying, it's the chair's there. Oh, Roddy Hawk's been around since early days.
Yeah.
He's been around since early days. Most DJs not go through the motions. Oftentimes, you care about the craft in it. Thank you, Scorpion.
Yeah.
Scorpion made me cry one day too because he gave me like a big shout out, and I was like, because when I hear veteran, like people who are really like into the DJ world or like either DJs or people, whatever, and they, they mention the passion part, I'd be like,
no, we need to wrap up this stream right now.
Uh-oh. Hi, Jinx.
Oh no, we need to wrap.
I haven't met Jinx yet either. That's another person I
haven't met Jinx yet.
I haven't been to Montreal, and then I don't know if he was. I didn't really meet a lot of people in Toronto like I planned to.
Yeah.
I haven't met Jinx, and Jinx is one of the first people I watched on Twitch. So that's crazy.
Jinx is a movement. he's a scenario. He will be here next week Wednesday in conversation. Yes. Good evening, little bro. So nice of you to join us. Good morning, Jen. Welcome in. Like when you're talking about
He said, wow.
Like as I said, when Jinx shows up, like shit just goes sideways. Like you just expect it. You just have to embrace it. It's all done with love. I'm worried about next week. But
thank you, Jinx.
He's saying you're amazing. Keep it up. Yeah.
Thank you.
When you have these veteran DJs, old DJs, I like to call them, like Scorpion and Jinx.
Not old. I'm dead.
Yeah.
I am dead.
I have a question. What is your question, Selecta Jinx? Please type it in the chat. I'm worried right now. I'm just like, what kind of nonsense is going to get? See, DJ Blaine said dinosaur. See it there? Can you type faster, please?
Yeah.
Come on, giddy up.
Damn, I should have worn my glasses, y'all. I'm blind.
It's okay.
I'm over here squinting.
On the whole time. The whole time.
How many?
Oh.
I'm dead. Jinx is stupid. I'm dead. Okay, so if you know me on Twitch for a while, I've been up because I've been like I said, I was at work.
I got it.
Since early, two things I always say in the chat. I'm flinging my phone.
Yep.
That was like my thing. That was like my before I even started streaming. It was just like my thing because people would be like, I'd be like, oh my God, that's my song. And then I'm breaking my work chair. I've been through many work chairs. That's why I have another job now since I couldn't afford to pay them back from the work chairs. So I had to go find another job.
You got people shipping you chairs to your house. You got people
literally.
Literally.
Shout out to Riri. Yes. Literally shipped me a chair. Yeah, I've been through quite a few work chairs. I'm so sorry to all the work chairs. RIP to all of them. All of them. They be squeaking.
I'm glad I work from home because I'm usually
Oh,
dancing in the living room trying to type at the same time. There's many times I go to fling a phone. I'm like, Apple Care or no Apple Care. The phone, like, slow down, like money. No.
Yeah, I used to be like flinging everything, fling laptop, I have to fling wig emote, all kind of thing.
Yeah.
But and I wasn't even wearing a wig when I made that emote. Was I? No, I had my headband wig at that time. Yeah, I did. I had a wig for like a month when that emote was made. But anyway, that was like over 2 years ago. That was 20. Damn, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, time has flown. Like when I said the other day in the conversation with Doc and with Smiles that it was my 3-year anniversary when I did the debut raid back in March. It really, really, like, I'll behave now. As all you talking about, yeah. You'll be out of the corner next week Wednesday. You front and center next week Wednesday. I'm really
excited for that.
But yeah.
Same to you, James. Finally, we're going on 3 years. We have to meet.
Yeah,
we have to.
We need to do some more Twitch link ups. Oh, Dr. Stretch is not going to let this comment go. So can you just get it out of the way just to make him happy, please?
Okay. So actually, you could scroll down my story, my thing. You'll see a bottle of Douce.
4 hours, no jinx. We ain't doing 4 hours next week. We ain't doing 4 hours next week.
So what happened was, so I'm like pre-medicine. I was a dark liquor girl. I can only do wine and beer now. Anything else gives me a migraine because of, So I was a dark liquor girl. Actually, this is the last Douce I ever had on my birthday, my 31st birthday. No, 32nd. Damn, how old am I? Oh, yes, my Jesus year. My 32nd birthday, I was like, we did bottle service. And I do not believe in leaving your bottles there. If you pay all that money overpriced, you better take it home. So I put them in a water bottle and I took it home. I knew I wasn't maybe never to drink it again, but it's home with me till this day, November 23rd. Anyway. What happened was on the boat ride last year, Kevin Crown has the morning show boat ride. The first boat ride, I almost died. Actually, there was a lot of juice there too. But the second boat ride was different because I have like a set of friends. Like I had people I had been meeting before the first boat ride he did. The second boat ride, what happened was I had people, and then like we had one of our friends, she was selling drinks beforehand. So we wanted to support her business. Anyway, long story short, Dr. Stretch witnessed Soph in a different light.
I want the video.
There is somebody, I ain't gonna say the name of the Twitch person, sent me my I sent them a video of them.
And they sent back a video of you.
It's worse. I said this you, and the video was worse. And I'm not gonna go into what that video was, a picture. And I was like, yo, I hope they didn't like publish that. Oh, actually, let me make sure. Because it's me dancing with somebody.
No, I want to know this now. Definitely.
I'm literally not saying it. It was another DJ.
You see, you got a new name there. Jinx is notorious for giving people names. We will talk about them next week, Jinx, because you've given me a couple.
But I am delivered. Now I have my saved T-shirt.
You got hands?
Okay, yeah, and it has a boxing thing in the middle too. The boxing glove. Stretch doesn't. Well, actually, Stretch. I hope you don't have the picture. Somebody else from Twitch that we all know has it. But I ain't gonna say their name. They be around Twitch. I ain't gonna say their name because I ain't gonna send their video. I ain't gonna send. Yeah. All I said was this you, and then I got back this you, and I was like, oh, into my corner. Hi, T Dennis.
Hi, T Dennis. How are you? Don't worry about being late, honey. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up soon. Yeah, we're hitting. I know we can easily go on for like another 2 hours.
Yeah.
For
not Johnny
joined late, don't worry if you joined
Johnny
late.
has seen me late
all of these conversations will be on, and let me just drop this here as I'm doing this now. All the conversations will be on will be on YouTube. You can find it all there. It will be uncut and raw.
Yes, that's
yeah,
totally
anything
fine.
else scandalous that Miss Soph wants to say, it will be there. If you're not already doing so, please follow my Instagram pages. Please make sure that we are following Miss. I'm doing all this now because I believe that Apple Blossom is now driving.
Oh, drive safe, Apple Blossom, please and thank you.
For anybody else that I've missed, that I've not set up on I do, I'm not intentionally looking down. I'm trying to make sure. Agent Special K, welcome in. Hello.
Hi, the Special K. I met him
Shots
a couple of times, actually. I met him in Toronto and in the boat ride. Yeah, he saw me on the first boat ride. That wasn't me either.
So Jinx, yeah, I might actually just have a drink or two with you next week. We'll see. I'll just have to make sure that I don't have that meeting the next day, just because I'm pretty sure me trying to keep up with like the drinks is gonna be a problem.
See, Duchess of Duce, that's another. That's his name for me. Oh, child, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna get ready to raid out if that's okay. Everybody who Jameson is king. Yes, I agree. Jameson is king.
Ew, no.
Yeah. I
used to be a tequila girl at one point, though.
I was actually, no, that's not true. Tequila has given me some blank moments in my life that I don't remember.
Man, if I went to drinking stories, a lot of people are shocked when they see me in real life, like as far as like at parties specifically. Because I guess I come off as innocent, which is fine.
Oh, so there's a whole other side of you that comes up.
Allegedly.
That's what we're gonna go with. Allegedly. Okay, so as we're wrapping this up, if you guys can please copy the raid message that I am dropping. I am going to play an outro. Miss DJ Soph Thee Sage, I really, from my soul, I want to tell you, thank you for joining. Thank you for sitting. Thank you for trusting space. I say it all the time. Time and energy is not refundable. I appreciate every single one of you that has stopped in, came in with the conversation, getting the jokes. And I feel like I'm really trying to run right now because Selected Jinx is in here and this can just really turn into a big problem real quick.
I'm dead.
I need to brace myself to get ready for next week because he's going to be a big problem next week. Yes. But I'm actually looking forward to it. Jinx and I have gone through quite the journey of our little family friendship, and it'd be nice to actually sit and have this same type of conversation with him next week. I'm gonna call. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I'm gonna call. No, you're not calling in. I'm not even answering the phone. So, anyways, on that note, you're gonna stop hearing us momentarily. I'm gonna drop a clip. It will show you all of the events that are coming up, starting with next week with Selected Drinks. And Nita Dawn and a raid date and another raid date. So again, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for sitting down with DJ Soph Thee Sage and myself. This will be on YouTube. And if there's any other questions that we have missed, please feel free. I finally get an invite.
I'm dead.
There's a part of this that I'm just like, do I want to stay here for another 5-10 minutes and tackle you about this right now? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that next week. Okay. How about that? We'll go there. Next week, we'll talk about all of it. Because I don't
have for Selected Drinks.
Oh my gosh.
I'm dead.
So on that note, let me do this because this man is gonna just continue to hold us up here like friggin'
pew, 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 pew. That's how I said pew. I don't say, if I say but, it don't sound right when it comes out of my mouth. So I go pew, pew, pew. When I'm at a party and I hear my tune come on and I like Crocodile Teeth come on, I'd be like pew, pew. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out. I think we are going to go and support our sister if she's still online. Yes, she is. So anybody's comments that I've missed, I will have to catch it later. I am clicking the raid out message. I'm going to loop it. So if you don't see it at the beginning, please watch it while we raid out. And have a great evening, everyone. Peace and love.
Have a good night. Love you guys.